Right, live. Welcome to this video, everyone. You know the drill. I'm reacting to the Premier League from round 9, and then obviously I'm going to be predicting round 10, hoping to get better luck with my points. Well, this is going to be a very interesting video because of two thrashings we might all know about. So that's going to be interesting to look at.
Hello, it's a good one.
It's Ginas and Keown with Lineker.
Jermaine Ginas and Martin Keown are with us. We begin at Goodison Park. Everton's last.
We begin with Everton Watford. Now this, for me, is one of the surprises of the season so far, this result. So let's have a look at this. Goodison Park, Merseyside, Everton versus Watford.
In losing last week, Everton weren't quite what they can be. In getting tanked last week, Watford couldn't have been any worse. Now, which of these veterans of the decade could inspire the
It's a very catchy theme tune, isn't it, Zcast, that Everton use for every time that they play. Anyway, their team: Pickford, Coleman, Keane, Godfrey, Dean, Davis, Allan, Townsend, Gray, Gordon and Rondon. Yeah, pretty strong team, but Richarlison's not there. Watford: Foster, Ngakia, Messina, Cathcart, Troost-Ekong. I'm going to pause it because I know what Match of the Day is like. They'll speed it up when I try and talk. Anyway, Watford: Foster, Ngakia, Messina, Cathcart, Troost-Ekong, Sissoko, Cooker, Tufan, Josh King, Ismail Assar and Hernandez. Emmanuel Dennis is on the bench. That surprises me. He's had a decent start to the season, in my opinion, in my book. But yeah, this for me is the surprise of the season. One of the surprises of the season that I'm about to watch. So, I like Watford's red kit, the red, yellow and black. That fits them really well, not gonna lie. Ismail Assar couldn't get the ball then. But Watford have already got a throw in. Oh, my TV is a bit quiet, isn't it, for each side player. Here's Damari Gray. For me, one of Everton's stars of the season. And the home side, the Toffees hit the front. It's Tom Davis, assisted by Damari Gray, and he's given the Evertonians the lead here against Watford. Now, that doesn't sound like a surprise this season so far as the score stands, but you'll see what I mean when it comes up. Anyway, bottom right corner, brilliant dribble there from Damari Gray once again, and it's put in by Tom Davis. Everton 1-0 up against Watford, and Claudio Ranieri doesn't get the start he wishes for as the new boss for Watford, as, of course, Xisco was sacked. Here is Gordon. Tom Davis. Back to Gordon. Townsend has a go. Foster clears it. But now Coleman is going to cross it from the right-hand side. And Anthony Gordon puts it wide. Could have been 2-0 to the Toffees.
Twice in the build-up. Nice one for Foster to save. Gordon stuck around. Just didn't get enough contact with his header. Just a glance.
Ngakia's throw for Watford. And here is Ngakia. Being taken on by Luca Dean. And play goes Watford's way. I'm just going to check if I did lock my door. There's just a second. Yeah, I did. I was going to say. Anyway.
Well, didn't hesitate. Really missed a foul by Luca Dean. He had to go through Ngakia to get to the ball.
Right. Free kick for Watford. It's wide, but then it gets put in. Josh King equalises for the away side. And the man who was at Everton right after Everton signed him from Bournemouth puts the Hornets level. But
Graham Scott is delaying the restart Martin Atkinson is the VAR today, and we'll be checking this.
Oh, God.
Was Josh King offside? Is he behind the defensive
VAR
line?
are
Yes, Tom's the
intercepting.
last defender. I
Is
think
he
Graham
offside?
Shipp's decision is going to be overruled. I think Watford can celebrate in a
Oh,
moment.
it looked onside to me.
It is a goal for Watford.
Yeah,
Well, it's
thought
not
it
the
was.
same as
Pickford's
being able
fuming,
to
as
get your
usual.
feet and cheer
I thought it was
in the
onside.
moment.
It looked onside to
But
me.
it's a big moment
Watford
for
get a
Watford
deserved
because it's got the back
equaliser.
level. And Damari Gray there, the one-man
Yeah, he is
ball to
onside.
break it,
He is
didn't get out
onside.
quick enough. Their confidence will be up now. New notes for Rafa Benitez
So,
to write. Few words for him to
Watford
say.
equalised at Goodison Park. 30 minutes in the game. It's 1-1.
King got away from
Here is Josh King once again, the former Everton and Bournemouth player.
Scoring position, but Cucho Hernandez is.
And it's nearly
But the shot
2-1.
line was deflected wide. It may well have been on target.
Hernandez
The Colombian. It's a threat coming
puts
in
it
from the
wide.
left. King has been a threat down the middle all day.
I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to pause it again. I really need a bloody tissue. Oh, for God's sake. For God's sake! Would you believe it? Right, let's press play.
In the week, and they said, you know how this works. King will come back and score against us, and he has. And he nearly did again there.
Watford throw.
Didn't go out.
Didn't go out. He beat Andros Townsend to it, and there's Hernandez.
Gakia.
Now Ngakia.
Sarr.
Ismaila Sarr takes on and gets past Luca Dean. Josh King nearly makes it 2. Everton deny Josh King a goal, though.
Wonderful from Sarr. Pickford stayed alert as King tried to tap it past him.
Pickford did stay alert.
Everton changed.
Now we're on the second half.
Popular one with the home crowd.
Anthony Gordon comes off. Richarlison comes on.
Sean in touches in this game. And now the displeasure turns to cheers for Richarlison's return. King.
Coleman.
Everton seem to have.
Look at the space Coleman's got on that far right-hand side. But now it's gone more central into Damari Gray. And now here's Tom Davis. Back out to Townsend. Crosses it in.
Away from Foster. Sarr's beaten to it. Oh, he was going to clear it.
Everton have another crack then.
Keane.
But it doesn't quite work out. But here's Michael Keane. Into Richarlison. Free header. 2-1 Everton. Everton retake the lead. And the man who has returned, Richarlison,
Not such a bad judge of what was needed now, Rafa Benitez.
has given the Toffees the lead. I do apologise if I did say by accident earlier that Richarlison was still missing. But if I did say that, I'm an idiot and I'm wrong. Richarlison was on the bench after all, of course. And Richarlison has equalised for Everton and has come back in style. Iwobi comes on for Damari Gray. Meanwhile, for Watford, João Pedro, Emmanuel Dennis and Nkulu come on for Ngakia, Ismaila Sarr and Tufan.
He turns it behind. Tom Davis puts his thumbs up and apologises to all in blue.
Watford corner.
Corner's deep. And it's in!
And it's a free header and it's in!
You're right,
Watford stay in the game. Cooker equalises and Watford equalise once more. 78 minutes in and it's 2-2. This ain't comfortable after all for Everton. They have got work to do here against a very fighting spirit looking Watford side. And it's 2-2 here at Goodison Park.
It's Everton 2, Watford 2. Davis. That's the ball to Kutska. No João Pedro. There's a ball on in the middle here.
King is on his own here. And he's put it in. Watford take the lead at Goodison Park. Josh King's 50th Premier League goal. And he is having a superb time here this game against his former club from last season. Absolutely wonderful from Josh King. Watford take the lead on away turf.
With the ball on. Daniel Dennis played the pass at the right time in the right place.
Pickford didn't get to it at the end. Watford take the lead here at Goodison Park.
Because it's at Everton, where he never got a start during his half a season as their
And an anxious-looking Rafa Benitez looks on. Can Everton make it 3-3? Here's Richarlison in the box.
Missed by Iwobi. In comes
And it's a sitter. A sitter from Luca Dean.
Richarlison with a look up.
A wasted chance from Everton.
One for Luca Dean. They're getting a bit giddy in the away section. They could be the ones to say, I was there.
The away fans are none other than delighted. No surprise there.
Sissoko.
Here's Coleman. Doesn't quite get the ball. Watford break clear. Tom Davis is chasing. But Sissoko keeps it. And here is... No way through for Watford, although they win it back. And here is Josh King once again. Astonishing. Absolutely superb. A dream day at his former club. It's 4-2 to Watford. It looks like this is going to be Ranieri's first win with his new club.
Three players have the chance to. And there's King with the drag back past Keane, setting himself up to plant it past Pickford. This is a real coup and buster.
Look at that.
Quite a lot of frustration.
And the Toffees fans have had enough after that. Look at that. Pure anger. Few fans leaving already. Jesus Christ. Hi, Bertie. How's it going? Into stoppage time.
That's King. And João Pedro. And this is Dennis.
And here is Emmanuel Dennis. It's 5. It's game over. It's surely game over. Stoppage time. Watford get a 5th. Assist from João Pedro.
They've scored 5 of their own today for Claudio Ranieri. They've been brilliant.
And there we are. Nobody predicted this result. Hardly anyone predicted this result. This is a fantastic display from Watford. And a day to forget for Everton, despite scoring 2 goals.
In this second half at Goodison Park.
What has happened to them this second half?
Everton 2.
What a game of football. Everton 2, Watford 5.
We played quickly forward when I was to do this. And the other side, we keep possession. It was a very good match for us.
And you must feel in Josh King, you've got a very important striker. If you can keep that for all season.
King was amazing. Amazing, not only for the hat-trick, but was amazing how he held the ball, fight with the 2 central backs. Was amazing. I'm very happy with him.
I had a feeling when I woke up today I was going to score. Obviously, we said last season, and I have a few friends in this club, and I felt like I had a point to prove because what happened, but it's what it is. This is football, so I enjoyed myself today.
Difficult to explain when you are winning 2-1 and you concede 4 goals in a few minutes. So I think that we need to understand how to manage the games, and especially at the end when you are winning. And we didn't do it, and then something that we are paying for that. We concede a few goals in a few minutes that normally you cannot allow these things in the Premier League.
The record books will say that your time at Watford started last week, but for you, did it really start today?
I didn't remember the last match. I forgot.
I think that's the best way.
Right, before we go on to the sugar, my bad. No, I didn't want to go that back, you bell ends. No! The TV's playing up. Fuck off. Yeah, this is where I need to get used to my TV.
Difficult to explain.
Come on. I want to see the stats, for God's sake.
Adored.
Thank you. Bloody
Split
hell.
finish it was. What has happened to Everton
My God.
in this second half at Goodison Park? They have absolutely folded. Everton 2, Watford 5.
I'm very happy because we played quickly forward when I was to do this. And the other side, we keep possession. It was a very good match.
Okay, so the match stats. Here we
And
go.
feeling Josh King, you've got a
Oh,
very
they haven't done
important
too bad on
striker.
possession, 50-50, but 15 attempts to 20, 4 on target to 8. That just shows how good Watford's second half was. 3 corners to 5, 1.74 expected goals to 3.10. Dean, Allan, Richarlison, Rondon, Trusticon, Dennis, and King all get on the book, and we have it onto our pundits.
But for you, did it really start today?
I didn't remember the last match.
Okay.
I forgot.
I think that's the best way.
Claudio's back, and so's Josh King back at Goodison Park, where he only made 11.
He only had 11
substitute
appearances for
appearances
Everton,
this
Josh King,
time
and then
at Everton, and
138
never
minutes,
started
but
a game, 130
he started
minutes,
amazingly
no goals. When
for
he finally
Watford,
started
and
a game at
what a game that
Goodison,
was.
Yeah, he did exactly that. But I think, on the bigger picture, from Watford's point of view, after what happened last week in the game against Liverpool and the performance as a whole, it was so poor that they needed to bounce back. Away at Everton was going to be a tough game.
Yeah, that is a brilliant bounce
Josh King
back.
really kind of
Lose
epitomised
to Liverpool 5-0 and then go back to win 5-2 at
I mean,
Everton.
he spoke there about he had a point to prove. You could see that.
That's what I meant, sorry. He hasn't had a great start to the season, but he had a great game that match.
Exemplary. The way that he would bring others into the game. And that allows.
I highly rated him at Bournemouth as well, so
to kind of get off
see how the rest of the season
pitch,
goes.
use their qualities as well. Your poacher's goal there, getting around behind Tom Davies. Probably should have stuck that one away. But, I think when you're a player that has, in his mind, been treated the way he was treated at Everton, he's came into the game today thinking, let me show you what I'm about. And the touch here is what sets up the goal. He makes that look simple, but the touch is absolutely perfect. And he sticks that one away. This is the one that really stood out for me then, because when you're like 5 yards away from goal, you're thinking to shoot straight away, but the composure, just to do that, just to kind of go, no, I'm going to take my time, I'm feeling confident, I'm going to stick that one away. And this was just kind of the icing on the cake, bringing people into play. He had runners, he had the quality to find them. And then another player who was absolutely brilliant on the day is Dennis. And, Seamus Coleman's down.
He was on the bench as well. That's what it is.
And that's a manager.
I personally think the guys that are on the bench, like Emmanuel Dennis, when they came on, it just made a complete impact of the game.
20 shots conceded, really poor. Certainly from set pieces, they conceded having gone in front the first one, and then
it's a shame for Everton because I think they've had a bright start to the season. But
I mean, no one is.
This just shows they got work to do. This match shows they got work to do.
And Davis there just looking out, and no one really takes any charge. And Kuska says, you know what, I might as well put this in. He's never going to get an easier chance. Godfrey goes to the ball. Mina's not around at the moment, so he should take charge. Godfrey misses that one completely, as he did for the first goal, I must say. And then straight away afterwards, 88 seconds later, and this is an Everton team who just fly forward with numbers. And it's just a counter-attack again. It's really unprofessional. Brilliant from Watford. Godfrey again, I feel he's got to get tight there. It's helped into the channel. And then Akeem is so deep, it's ridiculous. He's keeping everybody on side. And the ball's just played across. It's a wonderful finish, but Pickford absolutely no chance with that one.
No.
And then all of a sudden, Hernandez runs off Allen in midfield. Again, the defenders, there's 3 players there queuing up. Just clear it. Don't be clever. Keane's got to get up. He's sleeping in. Again, he doesn't come up. Keeps everybody on side. And as you say, it's another composed finish. But all of that could have been avoided from an Everton point of view. Okay, to Stamford Bridge, where leaders Chelsea face.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, the boys. Now, obviously, I've already seen this match. I watched it at a pub in Brighton on Saturday before I went to the Brighton-Man City game itself. But, oh, yes, I'm going to drink to this one as well. It's a lucky number 7. Number 7, our legend, Matthew Harding, one of our own.
Without his £26.5 million investment in the mid-90s,
Absolutely love
the
Matthew
modern
Harding.
Chelsea might never have been
Legend.
developed.
That is a lucky number 7. Anyway, Mendy. This is Chelsea's lineup. Mendy, Chalobah, Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Jorginho, Kovacic, Mount, Hudson-Odoi, and Havertz.
Norwich haven't won in 18 Premier League matches anywhere since February.
Norwich,
2020.
of course, Werner and Lukaku injured. Norwich, Krul, Kabak, Hanley, Gibson, Max Aarons, Jan Newlis, McLean, Norman, Lees Mello, Sargent and Pookie. Well, I know how this match ends out. So I might just sit back and enjoy this one, even though, of course, I'll still try and say what I can while I have something to eat. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Jorginho, Mason Mount, bottom left, 1-0 Chelsea. 8 minutes in, already made an impact, and assisted by Jorginho. Wow. 1-0 to Chelsea already in this match. And just look at the space that our boy Money Mace has.
No chance, Tim Krul. Norwich maintain a sorry record.
Already a delighted Thomas Tuchel. Because we all love our boy Money Mace. I'm so glad he's back.
They're very comfortable with it. Thiago Silva, experienced man. Errors there. Cut across on Josh Sargent. Sargent, 15 years the junior of Thiago Silva.
Rudiger, Kovacic, Callum Hudson-Odoi. In no problem, 2-0, bottom right. It's 2-0. Assisted by Kovacic, and both of the Chelsea goals so far have been scored by Chelsea Academy players. Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Absolutely brilliant from the Blues, and really, really, really poor from the Canaries. It looks like they make no effort whatsoever. It's really, really poor from Norwich. Really poor. Already 2-0 to Chelsea. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at that amazing 2005-06 kit there in the distance by one of the fans.
But a 0-0 draw at Burnley, followed by the 0-0 at home to Brighton, where many people thought they were unfortunate not to win.
Krul. And Krul gives it straight to Kovacic, and here's Hudson-Odoi. Now Jorginho. Kai Havertz. No, sorry, Mason Mount. Havertz is in the middle. And he finds space for Reece James, who fizzes it in to the back of the net. And it's 3-0, not even half-time yet. Chelsea absolutely destroying the Norfolk club. Absolutely brilliant. It's 3-0 to Chelsea. Haven't even reached half-time yet. Brilliant from Reece James.
Brilliantly done. Chelsea 3-0 up by half-time.
Lees Mello and Jan Newlis come on for Rashica and Williams. Hoping that the substitutes pay off for Norwich to try and find a way of hope. Well, Norwich do have a chance here, but Mendy has blocked it amazingly. Athletically, that would be a better word to describe that, actually. It wasn't like sudden, otherwise it would have been amazing.
Mendy very, very quick to deny Rashica the substitute.
Here's Kai Havertz. He's taken out. And it is a yellow card.
Don't think you can argue with that.
For Gibson.
Norman. That's a lovely ball. That's pass from the Norwich player in the day.
Norwich lose it. And here's Reece James on the far right-hand side. Jorginho. Now Mason Mount. Havertz in the middle, as is Kovacic. But Chilwell puts it in 4-0.
score in 4 consecutive league games.
That's amazing from Ben Chilwell. Since Hazard,
The question
he has scored in 4 consecutive games.
Where were you?
4-0 to Chelsea. Absolutely shattering Norwich to
Norwich
bits.
just evaporated. Chelsea allowed to play around them. And from that moment onwards, you could see the running from Hudson-Odoi was always going to open up space for Chilwell. And that's an unerring finish. All the ages enjoyed that one. And why not?
My team!
You can only beat the team in front of you. It's an age-old
To
football
be fair.
saying. And Chelsea have done that. And
Not
they've
that I
done
want to
that
slag
with great
Norwich off like
efficiency.
this, but we are playing Norwich.
Something forward.
It could be Manchester United.
Kovacic all the way. The cross flashes in.
Oh, and it's a howler from Tim Krul. And it's 5-0 to Chelsea. And this just goes to show how wretched and pathetic this performance has been from Norwich City. It's an own goal from Max Aarons, and then Tim Krul has a howler. A complete day to forget for Norwich, this is. Really, really, not just poor and disappointing, but absolutely embarrassing. Loftus-Cheek comes off with Jorginho. Reece James goes down, and yeah, that's a foul. Second yellow. That's definite second yellow. He's off. Gibson's off.
Couldn't get any worse for Norwich.
Shambolic performance. They continue to perform like this. They are relegation for sure this season.
He's late.
Been absolutely shambolic, Norwich have. Ziyech and Barkley come on for Hudson-Odoi, and oh, hang on, who was the other one? Sorry, I want to double check.
As he lands into the challenge.
Norwich running out of ideas
Challenge
here.
like that. He's late. It was a lunge. Off goes Gibson.
Havertz off, Barkley on. That was it. And then Omo Bamidele comes on for Sargent
James
for Norwich.
picks it up.
Kovacic
Kovacic.
into Barkley. Could have easily made it 6. Another.
Nearly 6. Good save.
Another.
Best save of the game.
Actually, that was Krul's probably best moment of the game.
Look at
But
the
another
space here,
moment
Ziyech.
missed for Chelsea. But they're 5-0 up.
Left-footed, he drives it. Krul
Then
with
Ziyech
the
has a go, and Krul makes another amazing save. Best bit of Norwich's game, I think.
5-0 equals their worst defeat of the campaign. 6 would be an absolute hammering.
Chilwell.
The corner. Krul came through a crowd of players. Kovacic with the drive. Really good switch on.
Rudiger tries to get it in, but Norwich, I think, have conceded a penalty here.
Like to see a replay of that.
Oh, that's a definite penalty. Come on. That is a definite penalty.
I've been told to go and see the screen.
That's an obvious penalty.
Penalty kick.
And Mason Mount's going to take it now. Remember what happens here.
After 7 minutes.
This was the worst moment of Chelsea's game. That was a shambolic penalty from Mason Mount, despite the fact he's had an amazing game.
Tim Krul. He has such a habit of saving them. And I think he came off his line.
But
And it's going to be retaken.
Tim Krul was off his line, so we're very lucky to take it again.
Mason Mount will retake.
And Mount retakes it, and this time it goes in. Still not a great penalty, though. I'm delighted Mason's got a hat-trick, of course, but I will admit he's a bit lucky to get a hat-trick, even though he's been magnificent today, because that was a poor penalty. Both, I thought, weren't very good penalties. But this performance in general, though, from us, just goes to show why we're top of the league right now. Here is Loftus-Cheek. Into Mount. Sorry, that's when Mount gets his hat-trick. And we have absolutely destroyed the East Anglian club. Chelsea 7, Norwich 0. It's a lucky, lucky number 7. A number 7. absolutely rampant, absolutely extraordinary, absolutely turned into an absolute army. It's men against boys. I hate saying that phrase, but that's what this match really was. Shambolic, embarrassing, dreadful, pathetic, awful, awful, awful performance from Norwich. Absolute hammering. 7-0 to the boys in blue. 7. And that looked like a relegation performance from Norwich.
It's my job to find solutions. And then on the pitch, it's the guys who need to prove that they are capable of playing in this kind of level, and they still need to prove. This was only one game. We did very, very well today. That's why I'm happy.
It's a tough day in the office. So we spoke even before the game, before it's sort of
More like a crap day
Could have
in
been
the
the
office,
positive
Daniel.
way with a
Sorry.
result, but to lose a
But that
chance
was
in-
embarrassing
even
from
to
Norwich.
lose a
That was
seven goals
really,
on season
really,
defining. So
really poor
season
from
defining
Norwich.
is, for example, the next home game against Leeds. These are the type of games where we have to win points.
I said it last week, midweek actually. It's about time I scored one and got on the score sheet. So today was obviously the day, and I was getting in positions before in other games, but I just never put it in the back of the net. And obviously today,
Lovely,
when it all
Mace.
comes together, three come around. So for me to get a hat trick is a special day. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely love Mason Mount. I'm sorry, he's one of the best attacking midfielders in the Premier League. Change my opinion. He honestly is. You can't argue with that. He's up there with Fernandes, De Bruyne and Foden. He honestly is. Before we go on to the pundits, I just want to check
The day when Chelsea
statistics.
really rubber stamped their title-winning credentials.
We'll just look
And
at
who
this in a
loved it
minute.
best of all?
Look at these
He'd have
statistics
been
in a
singing,
minute. That's about to
he'd have
come
been
up.
cheering, he'd have been jumping up and down. Matthew Harding, our old friend.
No Bernard, no Lukaku.
And that's the other thing I forgot to say. What a performance to remember Matthew Harding as well. What a performance. Rest in peace, Matthew, my friend.
The question was, where were the goals coming from? But it didn't seem to be an issue for the side.
It's my job to find solutions. And then on the pitch, it's the guys who.
Even without Lukaku and Werner, we scored 7. If one of those two was playing, it could have been 9, maybe 10. I've never seen anyone win 10-0 though before in the Premier League ever since I first got into football in 2004. Or whenever it was in the early 2000s, that's all I can say.
Need to prove that they are capable of playing in this kind of level, and
62% possession to 38.
they still need to prove.
I guess possession doesn't look too bad from Norwich, but watch the shots and shots on target.
This was only one game.
23 attempts to 3
Very, very well today. That's why I'm happy.
and 13 on target to 1. Rampant and double, triple, fourth, fifth, quadrilateral, hexagonal, pentagonal, heptagonal performance. An absolute heptagonal performance from Chelsea. 7-0. 13 on target and 7 of them were scored. Mad. Really, really poor Norwich side. 5 corners. They didn't have a single corner, Norwich. Really, really poor. 2.83 expected goals to 0.25. No surprise there. And we had no bookings. Norwich had all the bookings. Lees Melu and Norman got yellow cards, while Gibson, of course, got a second yellow and was sent off. So there we are. I don't really need to say much while the pundits are talking. I've just summed up the performance then. Absolutely dominated that performance from start to finish. On the rampage from start to finish. On the goal scoring sheets from start to finish. For a team, us, that likes to play park the bus as well. And we've just gone and won 7-0.
It was obviously the day, and I was getting in positions before. In other
Still,
games, but
it could have been 9-0 from last season. Manchester United did
today,
against
when it all
Southampton.
comes together, three come around. So for me to get a hat trick is a special day. Yeah.
Congratulations to him. 7 goals, stunning performance, all English goal scorers, even the own goal. And Mason Mount hat-trick. So, Martin, obviously, you've picked out a defender.
Of course.
Reece James, though, a very good one. Another wonderful performance. Another outstanding.
Sorry, one of the best right-backs in the league.
Quick and fast, and he, I thought today, was absolutely outstanding. He was pure class. The way that he's developing as a player, we know about his strengths and how he almost bullies defenders, and this is something you see him do a lot. Just ferries the ball out of play because of that strength that he has. But he's growing now. Everything else, that skill set, he just tickles that out of the sky, rolls it back to the keeper, no pressure, gets forward whenever he can. He now has the ability, is coming shining through. It'll give and go, switch the play whenever he needs to. It's just there now. This team's like clockwork, works perfectly. He sees the position, the run, the great run, and look at this, just lovely little dink over the keeper.
Elegant finish, though.
Yeah, the striker's finish. It was presence of mind. This is where he just stamps out any kind of trouble there. It's really impressive. Then he picks out his pass. He always ends up with a good result at the end of it, and he just gets better and better. He goes into midfield.
I don't need to say anything. It's just a phenomenal performance from start to finish.
He played there arguably better as a kid. Look at that, just takes it out of the sky off his chest, and he's away. So for me,
I thought Kovacic had a great game as well, not going to lie.
Lots of front players doing well, but he is really flying.
Look at that. Chelsea attack. He's third for goal involvement for Chelsea's attack, behind Kovacic and Mount. And he's only had 70 minutes of goal involvement, 6 games. Kovacic is top, 9 games, 118 minutes with goal involvement. And the goal involvements for Kovacic was 6. Then it's Mount, 7 games, 89 minutes for goal involvement, and then 5 goal involvements. And then Reece James, 6 games, 70 minutes for goal involvement, 4 goal involvements. Ben Chilwell, 3 games, 90 minutes goal involvement, 3 goal involvements. And then Lukaku is 5th, 7 games, 205 minutes of goal involvement, but 3 goal involvements. Hopefully, Romelu will be back soon, though.
Back with Chelsea at the back.
Yeah, only
Touch wood.
involved in more goals.
Same with Timo.
Just shows you what he means now. He's a first-team player by rights, and the academy is going from strength to strength.
As for Norwich, Jermaine, it's all a bit deja vu, isn't it? And I suppose if deja vu was a decent central defender, they should sign him. But I don't think he'd about them today, to be honest with you. You know, they were shocking. I have to say. I think it's got to say it is sometimes they were poor. They were unorganised.
They don't look like a Premier League team right now, Norwich. They honestly don't.
There was no kind of will to work. Situations like this, you know, whether it's 1v1 or as a team, you know, Kabaka's got to go in.
I'm sorry, I disagree with so many people on this, but this is just my opinion. He's got to go. I'm sorry, Daniel Farke. They're all talking about Ollie leaving. Daniel Farke has got to go. In my honest opinion. I mean, it's not just his fault because the players have been absolutely shambolic for Norwich as well so far this season. But I don't think they're going to improve at all if Farke keeps that job. They look exactly the same as the team that got relegated 2 seasons ago. And now I think they look even worse. I think Farke's time is honestly up. It honestly is, in my opinion. He's got to go, and Norwich have got to get a new manager who needs to do better than Farke, and also they really need to invest in January if they want to stay up. Because at this rate, I don't think they will be staying up at all, and I tip them to be relegated as well. They're not good enough. They're simply not good enough.
Players. You're playing 3 at the back. You can go in there and pressure Hudson-Odoi. If you don't,
I'm sorry, but like compare. I know some people will disagree with me on Farke being sacked, but I honestly think he's got to go. How is Xisco from Watford been sacked and Farke hasn't? I don't understand that at all. I honestly don't. Anyway, I'm going to play on.
What he can do. He does exactly that. You don't want to give him time and space because when he runs at you, it causes you problems. And that was the start of things to grow.
I'm not a Norwich fan, obviously, but that's what I think.
Look at the spaces on the pitch that Norwich gave Chelsea today. Again, Hudson-Odoi does a great bit of movement.
But they need to heavily...
Hanley, right? This is the
they need to heavily recruit because...
He needs to be thinking, where are the dangers? Can I get across and help my mate out? He's just looking at the ball. Before he knows it, it's too late. It's passing.
They need to heavily recruit because they've just been awful.
Front three, not even looking at the ball, not interested in defending. Massive space for Jorginho.
It just looks easy for Chelsea. The whole game just looks easy from start to finish.
Hudson-Odoi is now running at Kabak again, causing him havoc. And that was nearly a carbon copy of the first goal. 3 passes are in your box.
To be fair to Krul, he did make 2 decent saves today, but other than that, it's still a poor performance. You've conceded 7. Although, I personally think the defence let him down a lot more than he did.
And you're allowing him to get ahead of you. Those are the 1v1 battles that just we're not winning.
Really poor performance. Like, no one wants to work. Look at them.
You've got to call out individuals sometimes. Sargent, they've got space again in the midfield, but Sargent has got to get back. He's got to get back and help out his teammate.
Too easy for Chelsea. Far too easy for Chelsea.
And no one's saying you need to go there and win a game of football, but they gave a terrible account of themselves, I thought, as a team today.
They did. I completely agree with Jermaine.
Against 4th as Manchester City.
But yeah, that was an absolute trouncing from Chelsea. Now we're at the game I went to on Saturday to watch. Brighton against Manchester City. And before I play this next fixture of this round of round 9, I'd like to make a shout out to the Man City channel, Ian Cheeseman. Ian, I just want to say a massive thank you for letting me be on your video on your YouTube channel. If anyone wonders where I am on the video, I appear right at the end of the Brighton Man City vlog that Ian Cheeseman made. I basically said what I thought of the game. Although there were parts of that when I look back at that clip saying that I could have said my lines a bit better, because there are other bits from that game where I felt I could have said a few things that I wanted to say that I didn't in the video though. But yeah, massive thank you to Ian Cheeseman for letting me on his Manchester City fan channel on the after the Brighton Man City results. Yeah, I basically said how I thought it was, but like I said, there was other stuff I really wish I'd put in there. But oh well. Yeah, big shout out to Ian. And I did the vlog as well. That will be uploaded soon and when I can. I do apologise that it hasn't been uploaded yet, but it will be eventually, because I have got it saved on my phone, and it will be saved on my phone until I've uploaded it. And then once I've uploaded it, that's it. Storage I can actually clear some storage, for God's sake. Anyway, let's watch the bloody game.
Last season, Conor McNamara was at the Amex Stadium.
And so was I.
Right,
4th against 3rd. Robert Sanchez, Veltman, Cucurella, Dunk and Dan Burn. Solly March, Moda, Lallana, Pascal Gross, Mope and Trossard. Now on to City. Edison, Walker, Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, Rodri, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Grealish, Jesus. Now, also before I play, similar to when I went to watch Southampton Wolves a few weeks back at St Mary's, let's see if I appear on Match of the Day once again in the crowd. I probably won't, but we'll see. But that's the Man City fans right there. And I know I was sitting very near the Man City fans, that's for sure. Similar to when I was at Southampton Wolves, I was very near to the Wolves fans.
We're with you, Guido. That's for Guido de Paul, the Manchester City fan who's in a corner being attacked in Belgium on Tuesday.
Hope Guido gets better soon. Here's Grealish. Now Gundogan. Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus.
Let's spot me in the crowd.
Did it go over the line?
Let me just go back. I'm sorry, I have to do this. I'm a prick, I know. I know I'm literally right around there. Oh no, I'm up there. Am I up there? No, I'm not up there. I'm at the front somewhere. I know I'm sitting with them.
Over the line.
I can't find myself. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Foden was closest to it. He celebrated immediately.
Anyway, Jesus had a shot. Oh my God, what a clearance. from Lewis Dunk. Yeah, no goal. That is an amazing clearance from Lewis Dunk. Foden claims it was in, but it wasn't. Here's Gabriel Jesus once more. Rodri. Jesus. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Foden has a shot. Robert Sanchez tries to get rid of it, but doesn't quite. He's unlucky there. But Gundogan hits the front. Robert Sanchez is absolutely furious because he felt he's been impeded by the Manchester City players here. He felt he was impeded by Gabriel Jesus and that Manchester City made a foul. But Bernardo Silva made an excellent pass then to Ilkay Gundogan to put it in the top half, in the top of the net. And no foul. Man City are 1-0 up, and Robert Sanchez will not be happy with that at all. Ilkay Gundogan returns to the team, and Manchester City hit the front here at the Amex, here in East Sussex. Here's Cucurella. Trossard. Brighton trying to find a goal back, but not quite. Rodri into Bernardo Silva. He's got Grealish in front of him. Grealish has all that space. Lewis Dunk chases him. Into Foden. It's 2-0 to Manchester City.
This is the danger when you play against this team.
2-0 to Manchester City, assisted by Jack Grealish.
To attack, they were caught cold on the counter. It's the third goal of the season in all competitions for Phil Foden. Grealish laying it into it despite the best efforts of Dan Burn to make a last gasp challenge.
Shame for Brighton, but once again terrific from Manchester City.
Half an hour.
Laporte gives it away. No, not quite. Diaz gets it in time. Diaz gets the ball in time before Brighton have an impact. But now City have an impact. Here's Bernardo Silva once again. Now Gabriel Jesus. Getting it past Pascal Gross. Here's Grealish. Sanchez saves it, but then Jesus puts it in. And once again, it comes off Robert Sanchez, but it goes in. It's 3-0 to Manchester City. It's a shame because unlike the Norwich game I've just watched, Brighton are playing a lot better than Norwich despite the scoreline, but it is 3-0 to Manchester City.
And it also brushed the gloves of the goalkeeper.
And Grealish's shot gets saved by Robert Sanchez, and then Jesus puts it in. 31 minutes in, and City are already 3-0 up.
And they only conceded 2 goals from open play in the Premier League this season before today. They've conceded 3 goals from open play in the first 31 minutes here.
Here's Pascal Gross.
Have been rampant. Burn.
Now Dan Burn.
March.
Solly March has a chance,
Edison did very well in the
but
circumstances.
denied by Edison.
Brighton's best chance.
I really like City's away kit, not gonna lie. I still don't understand why the word appears on the front instead of their badge. That I just don't think is right at all, even though their badge appears on the shirt. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I'm just being too fussy. Lamptey and Mwepu come on for Burn and Mopé. Here's Cucurella. Trossard, chance for Brighton. Not quite. Edison gets rid of it. Now McAllister comes on for Pascal Gross. Fernandinho and De Bruyne come on for Gundogan and Grealish. Here's Cucurella. Now Trossard. Cucurella once more. Here is Trossard. Brighton get a penalty. Edison protests. Diaz protests. As Mwepu's taken down by Edison, and yes, I do think that is a penalty.
Edison brings it down. It is a penalty. This is what the video is looking at now. The Look at all the hands going up for the City defenders. They felt that Solly March was offside there.
Oh, that's why Edison was protesting, because they felt Solly March was offside, but it is a penalty to Brighton. McAllister's going to take it. There I am over there.
Oh, the goalkeeper got his hands to it. And it's Alexis McAllister's second.
McAllister scores 3-1 to City. Brighton get their first goal of the game. I'd like to look at that again in a second.
McAllister will step forward.
See, Edison did get a touch to it, but unfortunately for the Brazilian international, it goes in. It's a third for Brighton. Sorry, it's a first for Brighton in this 3-1 lead for Manchester City so far. Yeah, I'm on the far right corner over there somewhere. So I need to look at that again after seeing that penalty. I might find myself in the crowd. Shame for Edison, he couldn't quite get to it. Okay, right. I wasn't right behind the goal, though. I think I was further that way. Yeah, I was.
But Graham Potter's team are not giving up.
They are trying their best, aren't they, Brighton? Mahrez comes on for Jesus. Here's De Bruyne. Foden for a hat-trick, but no, Robert Sanchez saves it. But they have got their they have got their I've just seen there that Man City do have their badge on the back of the shirt, so I guess that makes up for the fact that, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's Foden, not quite done, tries to get rid of it, but here's Fernandinho into Foden. Now Mahrez, can he make it 4? Yes, he can. As clean as you like. Done and dusted. 3 points for Manchester City, and Mahrez finishes Brighton off. And third in the table, will be beating 4th in the table, and it's not even at the Etihad either. Calm and clean as you like, and put in as you like from Riyad Mahrez. And it's full time. Brighton 1, Manchester City 4.
It's so difficult to control the 90 minutes. I said to the halftime to the team, so against another opponent, the game will be over. Against this team, it's not be over. It's not over. And it was like this. So, and after the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so we take the ball again, and after we control and we won the game. We suffered a little bit first half, but the response second half was fantastic, I thought.
I agree with Graham Potter.
Played with quality, played with courage, played with intensity. So I'm really pleased. It's hard to be really pleased when you've lost a game of football, but again, we're not necessarily competing with Manchester City. We have to hold our hands up and say there's a gulf there, but in terms of the performance of the team, really, really happy.
Gabriel Jesus had the shot for the second, but I think if it hadn't deflected you, it wouldn't have gone in. So
he had an unlucky day, Robert Sanchez.
It nicked off me because I don't think he realised. But yeah, it calls the goal. You know, sometimes when you're in the right places, you get that kind of look. So yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Right. Let's have a quick look at the statistics. So yeah, no, basically what I said in Ian's video was that I thought Brighton, well, I said in Ian's video that I thought City were outstanding and I thought they were too strong for Brighton. However, Brighton didn't have a bad performance at all. They had a very good performance, in my opinion, despite the fact they lost 4-1 and the scoreline showing that. But they didn't have a bad performance at all. I agreed with Graham Potter. They weren't hugely great in the first half, but they were a lot better in the second half. And I'll tell you what, like Pep Guardiola said, they gave City a hard time today, despite the scoreline. But like I said in Ian's video, I thought City were just on another level. But Brighton, for me, did give it their all, and they really tried their best. They're going to stay up this season, no question. I think there's no denying now. I know it's been 9 games. Now, unless they go on an absolute torrid run of form in the second half of the season, there is no way I can see Brighton going down this season. I think they've been brilliant so far this season, and they just have to keep it up pretty much as the season goes on. But yeah, although it won't be easy for them this weekend coming because they're away at Liverpool. But yeah, I have high hopes for Brighton this season. I think they're going to be all right. I mean, certainly that was a lot better a performance than what Norwich did against Chelsea.
But over the course of the 90 minutes, the class of Manchester City has shone through.
But just like with Chelsea earlier against Norwich, that performance from City just goes to show why they are also title candidates. And it will be between these two clubs and Liverpool, as we will see at the end of this video, as we all know, right at the end. That will, in my opinion, will be the three main title protagonists for this season. And I reckon it could go on till the end of the season. Depends on the form, though, for all three clubs. I mean, I think they're three of the best 5 clubs in Europe at the moment as well. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City. Going to be a tight title race. And I'm actually excited, not going to lie, because it's making the sport competitive.
It's so difficult to control the net.
Anyway.
I said to the halftime to the
let's look at the statistics.
And against another opponent, the game will be over. Against this team, it's not be over.
48% possession to 52, 10 attempts to 23. That doesn't look hugely too great for Brighton. 5 on target to 13, 7 corners to 6, 1.26 expected goals to 3.01. Moda, Lallana, Walker, Cancelo, and Ederson all get on the book. But yeah, not a bad performance at all from Brighton, I didn't think. I think it was similar. I think it was similar to when we played Manchester City earlier in the season at Stamford Bridge. Our only defeat of the season so far, of course, as well. The only difference being, though, was that Brighton played well against City and we did not play well against City. That's the difference. But what Brighton did was they did exactly what we did, and we basically approached Manchester City, in my opinion, too defensively. And Brighton are very similar to us in playing very defensively in the Premier League. That's but yeah, City just showed that they were too strong, even though Brighton had a very good game, I thought.
It nicked off me because I don't think he really...
Anyway, let's... Oh, shit.
Right places, you get that kind of look. So yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, Phil Foden, excellent game. So dominant, weren't they, Martin, overall, but particularly in midfield. Oh, well, their midfield players, Silva, Gundogan, just wonderful footballers. Their movement going off the ball to play against it must be an absolute nightmare. Foden, of course, we know gets better.
Bernardo Silva, for me, has been City's best player of the season so far. Foden had a magnificent game. And like Martin Keown just said, Gundogan had a brilliant game as well.
He sits the night watchman. And then the two midfield players either side.
But just know, Bernardo Silva just showed why he is honestly one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, and he is world class. And again, like I've said before, he doesn't get talked enough. He is freaking world class, Bernardo Silva. And in my opinion, I don't care what Manchester United fans say, he is as good, if not better, than Bruno Fernandes. He is as good as Bruno Fernandes. His 2018-19 season showed how brilliant he is.
Had to show that because
I know it's just one season. That's not the point.
These are the two players.
He's a phenomenal player, in my opinion.
Gundogan, Silva in their central positions.
He just now needs to make sure his form is completely permanent, because that will show how class he is if it stays like that. Because remember the phrase, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Silva, the shot comes from Foden, but who is it clearing up? Those two again.
And that first goal was easy for Gundogan, but Robert Sanchez was unlucky, in my opinion, even though he dropped it.
Look at that for a layoff. Grealish, he's joined the party now. The other assist for him. Foden getting ever better and quicker, slots it away, and they really are now showing their quality.
Yeah. Foden got man of the match, Jermaine. I mean, he's some talent.
Well, City have shown their quality already anyway this season. The only times they haven't shown like their huge quality was when they lost to Tottenham 1-0 at the start of the season, and when they drew 0-0 with Southampton at the Etihad. Other than that, they've been absolutely exceptional. Title contenders, the reigning champions, are for definite. That will be the 3 title candidates, I reckon, to the end of the season. Manchester City, the reigning champions, the current champions of England. Chelsea, the current champions of Europe. And Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's Henkman won the title 2 seasons ago with Jurgen Klopp, of course. And they are definitely a team to be reckoned with. And yeah, they will definitely be up there. Liverpool are still one of the best teams in the world, in my opinion, right now. And everyone should agree with me on that, in my opinion.
He can play anywhere as well, doesn't matter where it is. Outstanding. He was sensational today. He's gone from, in Pep's eyes, him telling us the message of we need to be kind of patient and wait for him to, I would arguably say, the first name on the team sheet. So, what's his best position? I think he'd end up where David Silva played, I think, eventually. He scores goals, creates.
Agreed.
Agreed. I think that is the spot I eventually see him ending up. Okay. There's a big Sunday coming up somewhere.
Yeah, well, we're going to see that at the end of this video. The Northwest derby between Manchester United and Liverpool. And I couldn't have been any more surprised with how it ended up. Those 2 clubs hate
5 Live Premier League Sunday will be across all the action from midday. Cycling, the World Track Championships continue Sunday, BBC 2 at 12:30. The latest Match of the Day Top 10 programme is streaming now on iPlayer. And don't forget, Match of the Day is available anytime on iPlayer. If you missed the start of the show, you can catch up now.
So, 3 games down. And this is still to come. We've got Southampton, Burnley coming, Crystal Palace, Newcastle coming, Leeds, Wolves coming, Arsenal, Aston Villa coming, and then the 3 games after that: West Ham, Tottenham, which I live streamed, Manchester United, Liverpool. I also live streamed, and then Brentford, Leicester.
Of Liverpool, but Harry Maguire and Tom Heaton had a different assignment last week for the Manchester United Foundation. Betty Glover picks up the story.
Not that I want to sound unfair towards Match of the Day fans, but I am going to skip this bit because, as much as I'd love to watch it because it's brilliant, and everything they do with these features they bring on to Match of the Day, it's absolutely brilliant, phenomenal. We know that, but because this is a review of the weekend, I am going to go straight into the next game. The only exceptions to this is when Goal of the Month is on, because I always want to see what Goal of the Month is. Anyway, let's move on to the 4th game, which is Southampton against Burnley. And this is the match that my friend from David Moxon's student residence, Tom, went to. Big shout out to my boy, Tom. Freaking love you, mate.
With other friends, socialising, having fun. You can hear the laughter now. So it clearly speaks for itself. Everyone out enjoying themselves is what it's all about.
Right. So, on to Southampton versus Burnley.
Southampton picked up their first win of the season last week against Leeds.
Yes, Burnley they did. Brilliant performance. Leeds were poor, in my opinion, but they were injury struck. Anyway, Southampton, Burnley at St Mary's. Right, Southampton, McCarthy, Livramento, Parral, Salisu, Bednarek, Romeo, Diallo, Walcott, El Yanusi, Nathan Redmond and Brozier. Now on to Burnley. Nick Pope in goal. Lowton, Taylor, Tarkowski, Collins, McNeil, Cornet, Cork, Westwood and Chris Wood and Josh Brownhill. This might sound really stupid, but I swear it's Josh Brownhill. That's his name, isn't it? I should be knowing this off by heart, for God's sake. Yeah, it is. Just want to double check.
Southampton did the double over Burnley last season, winning 1-0 at Turf Moor and 3-2 here.
Southampton already win the ball from Burnley. Walcott's going to have a go, but not quite. He goes straight to Pope.
Picks up the ball here and surges forward. Shot charged down by the retreating Taylor.
I know his days at Arsenal are finished, and I know his career is about to come to an end in a few years, but it's still awesome to see Theo Walcott play in the Premier League. Anyway, here's Dwight McNeil. And it's 1-0 Burnley! Cornet takes the lead for the visitors. 13 minutes into the game, assisted by Matthew Lowton. It's a wonderful start for Burnley. I think I've just found him. Not going to lie, I think I've just found Tom in the crowd. I'm going to have to pause it and double check. I think I just found him, not going to lie, after they showed the away stand. I know he was in the away stand as well. Let's have a look. Was he wearing? I think he was wearing his Burnley shirt, wasn't he? I think he's up there. I'm not sure. I'm going to look this up on my computer because I think it'll be easier to. Oh no, but then actually no. Hang on, no. I'll try. I'm going to try and look it up on the computer just to see if I do. Okay, let's have a look.
Too high for one corner.
Right, where is it? Right, no, pause, you muppet. Can I turn the brightness up? Yes, I can. Oh, where is he? I wasn't sure if he was further back, though. I know he's there somewhere, my friend Tom. I think I saw him, but big shout out to my David Moxon friend Tom. Big shout out. Anyway, let's play on.
Maxwell Cornet with his second goal since joining from Lyon. It all stems from the fact that Burnley were able to work it out wide. Lowton advancing from right back. Nobody really closed him down. Too high for Wood. Perfect though for Maxwell Cornet. The Ivory Coast international heading it past McCarthy. And it's Southampton 0.
Burnley take the lead on away territory here at St Mary's. Lancashire take the lead from Hampshire. Brozier could have equalised for Hampshire. But Southampton don't find an equaliser. It was blocked. Here's Cornet. Dwight McNeil. Chris Wood nearly makes it 2. It's a good block by Alex McCarthy. Could have easily been 2-0 then, if it wasn't for McCarthy. But here is Redmond, and Southampton look to press. Here's Walcott, and he's wide. As Southampton look for an equaliser. It is wide from Theo Walcott. It's Brozier versus Tarkowski. Brozier, that could be one of the misses of the season. That's a sitter from Redmond.
He doesn't know. I don't think anybody knows.
How did he miss that? That was one of the misses of the season, in my opinion. Romeo. There's Livramento. Oh, that's so unlucky. But did that go over the line? I don't think it did. He is so unlucky. That's probably the unluckiest shot I've seen so far this season. Head of 2 misses of the season, I think, so far. Unbelievable stuff. Walcott. Now Redmond. Corner for Southampton. The home side cannot find a way through as it stands. Redmond's corner. And this time it is in. Southampton do get their equaliser. And it's Livramento, assisted by Nathan Redmond, who had that annoying miss for him. The Saints equalise against the Clarets. Can Southampton now take the lead, or will Burnley bite back and respond back? Tarkowski. Oh, he's given it away. That was poor from James Tarkowski. And now Brozier's going to take advantage, which he does. Brozier scores again for Southampton. Not in this match, but again this season, that's for sure. It's 2-1. The home side have taken the lead here as soon as the second half starts. And I blame that on Tarkowski. And it is 2-1 to Southampton. Here is Corday. Oh, what an equaliser that is. Burnley bite back immediately. Assisted by Ashley Westwood, but what a strike that is from Corday, who delivers once more for Sean Dyche's men. Burnley equalise here at St Mary's. And the Clarets look to get a point here at away territory here at St Mary's. It is 2-2. Brownhill. Now McNeil, who has a shot himself. Oh, not far off.
McNeil, who got 2 goals last season for Burnley, looking for his opening goal of the new campaign. Wasn't too far over either.
Cornet's cross, trying to find Wood and McNeil, but instead finds Westwood, and he's wide. He's wide. Apologise for that mistake there. He is wide there. He is wide there, Ashley Westwood. Armstrong and Adams, come on. Stuart Armstrong, hang on, let me pause that a second.
Ashley Westwood, who scored in Burnley's 2-1 victory here a couple of seasons back. Target with this effort.
Walcott and Brozier come off. Stuart Armstrong and Shay Adams come on. And then Jay Rodriguez and Goodmanson come on for Cork and Cornet. Livramento has a shot, but it's over. And that sums up both teams' performances. Frustrating, but brilliant. Southampton 2, Burnley 2. Good game of football. That was a great game of football.
Not unhappy. Yes, big chance when you stay a little longer in the lead that you have opportunities for maybe for making third goal when they open up a little bit. Couldn't make it today, but yeah, take the point and keep on going.
I think there was a lot of good things about our performance today. I've been saying that lately, but I think the attacking side of it, 2 fantastic goals from Maxwell. Where I think we offered something in that side of the game, and we're disappointed in the goals. Obviously, I mean, as a manager, you're always disappointed in a set piece goal. And unfortunately, a mistake for the second, but from a player who's been terrific for us. So I'm not going to over-question him, that's for sure.
When you took the lead, perfect
start for you with Maxwell Cornet?
It's been brilliant. It's tough for him because he's come to a different country. Speaks a little bit of English, but not great. But he's settled in really well. His performance has been different class. Hopefully that continues. He's got something a little bit different, something we've never had before. He's providing goals, which is great.
Dino, I guess that was quite a sweet moment for you when you struck that goal in. What was going through your mind as it went in?
I can't really take it all in, especially because we were down 1-0 and I was over the moon. I ran straight to Redmond because he was the one that crossed it in, but I'm just really happy that I could hold the team at that stage of the game.
One thing for certain, you'll be watching Match of the Day tonight.
Maybe. Maybe with my dad, yeah. But I want to see how the other team's got along, but maybe.
There we are. What a name that is. Valentino Livramento. We all love the name Valentino. Anyway, let's have a look at the stats.
Ashley Wexford!
Oh, yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Victory here a couple of seasons back. Target with this effort. On by El Yunusi.
Yes, big chance when you stay a little bit longer in the lead that you have opportunities for making the third goal when they open up a little bit. We couldn't make it today.
61% possession to 39, 16 attempts to 9, 4 on target to 5, 6 corners to 2, 1.64 expected goals to 0.64. El Yunusi gets a booking. Court, Rodriguez, and Westwood also get bookings. Right.
I think for certain you'll be watching Match of the Day tonight.
Maybe. Maybe with my dad, yeah. But I want to see how the other team's got along, but maybe.
Maybe. I won't be too hard on him. He's only 18. He's probably past his bedtime. He can watch it on Sunday morning. There's no question about it. He caught your eye. It must be some kind of international right back day. Yeah, been around centre half all day. I think it's rubbed off on me. But no, he was. He's played well for Southampton for a couple of weeks actually, and I just love everything about his game. I think he's got that aggressive nature to his game, but he has that kind of mixed in with real genuine quality. Know when to release the ball, good kind of weight on the ball there. Time and time again, Southampton find him in space down this right-hand side. And I felt like he made the right decision all the time. Whether it's an early ball, whether he needs to take a touch and put a cross into the box. On this occasion, fakes a cross, cuts inside onto his left foot. Great effort.
That is unlucky not to go in.
Show me, the qualities that he possesses. Obviously, he's a big lad, so he's a threat from set pieces as well. But I just really like the composure he has in his game. And I think that, you can see there, Court can't quite handle him, has to drag him down. Cornet thinks, right, I'll run it. He's a young lad, he's probably just going to launch it. No, takes his time. I'll go by you and try and create something. All the attributes, of a right back that you can tell he's had a really good kind of upbringing within the game, knows the game well. Didn't quite catch that one, but he's had a really good start to his Southampton career. Really impressive. You start watching Match of the Day more. He does. Still no wins for Burnley, but in Maxwell Cornet, it looks like they've got a bit of hope. Tarkowski praised him there. Well, he saved them today. Maybe Cornet doesn't need to blow his own trumpet. No, no.
But certainly, Gary, a wonderful ball into him, and he can finish. There's no doubt about that. Really good spring, gets up well. And I think he likes playing with big men around him. Look at this, the build-up. Lots of long balls come in. He lets it run across his body, and that's a thunderous strike from there. Really outstanding. And that you need that hope. And you work hard, you graft. You need somebody to put the ball in the back of the net, and they've got one there. Yeah.
So, since 18th of September, Max Cornet has had 3 goals, 7 total shots, 5 shots on target. The others, Wood, McNeil, Ashley Barnes, Jay Rodriguez, all nil points for goals. But Wood's had 7 shots, 1 on target. McNeil, Ashley Barnes, and Rodriguez have got 6 shots and all got 2 on target.
Big man main threat as well. You can see that from those stats there.
Yeah, 3 goals, Gary, now from the last 4 games. So, no, going well.
Indeed. Newcastle began life after Steve Bruce at Crystal Palace, who were denied a
Right, Crystal Palace against Newcastle.
Equaliser. I'm
And of course, this is a repeat of when Palace played Arsenal back on a Monday night.
Pepe has it. Ben Shorter box back with a rebound. Cross toward Aubameyang. And Arsenal lead by a goal to nil. Benteke into the box. And Crystal Palace are level. Edward shoots. And balls are back of the net. And Palace ripped into a 2-1 lead. White trade. It's Perry. It's in. They've done it. That is it. The scramble of equaliser for Arsenal. Patrick Vieira sinks to his knees. And they haven't held on.
Robin Coward was at Selhurst.
Right.
Crystal Palace could
This
become
is
much closer to their second win of the
the
season.
fifth game of this live stream out of 10. Okay. Palace Newcastle, and shout out to Matty from the Magpie fan channel on YouTube, the Magpie channel. I know he went to watch this game, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. But anyway, Guaita in goal. Ward, Mitchell, Gay, Anderson, Milivojevic, MacArthur, Gallagher, Edouard, Elise, and Benteke. As for Newcastle, Darlow, Manquillo, Ritchie, Kraft, Clark, Lascelles, Hayden, Sean Longstaff, Fraser, and then Callum Wilson, Sam Maximan up front.
Oh, it's a high boot from Anderson. It's Ryan Fraser who put his head in, made the clearance, and nearly cleared Fraser's head off his shoulders as well. Ritchie with the free kick. Callum Wilson's peeled off. It's Lascelles off the line and into the side netting. Callum Wilson couldn't quite squeeze it in.
He has been brilliant for Newcastle, Callum Wilson. When he came
Palace,
back from injury against Spurs, I thought, yeah, they've really missed him, especially after he took the lead immediately.
First team manager at Luton Town didn't end too well. It was a well thought
Gallagher.
after backroom staff at England in 2020. Space for Gallagher.
Elise. Palace hit the post. Mitchell tries to find a way through again. No, but not quite. Benteke nearly puts it in. On to the second half. Here's Gallagher.
It's just looked like they've stepped it up a gear, as have the crowd. Gallagher, great strength, still going.
He still keeps the ball there. Wow.
Brilliantly.
Benteke's header, 1-0. Bottom right, the Eagles take the lead against the Magpies. Second half into the game. And Crystal Palace take the lead, no more than they deserve. Palace take the lead here at Selhurst Park. The owners aren't very pleased. That's Newcastle's owners, obviously. And look at those flags. Look at the fans, the dancing fans. Gallagher. Elise. Benteke, and it's saved. It's saved by Cardalo. Sorry. So Maximan goes down. Newcastle gets a free kick.
Double change coming on for Newcastle.
And looks like Willock and Almiron are going to come on in a minute. But can the Toon find an equaliser?
Newcastle created very little from open play. See if they can get something here from the set piece.
Oh, what a goal!
Fantastic
Callum Wilson equalises and has scored 6 goals in his last 6 Premier League appearances. And that was a Bicey.
Absolutely nothing.
And that's surely goal of the month as it stands.
Newcastle United have foothold in this game.
What an equaliser that is. What a Bicey. Newcastle equaliser. I think that will be goal of the month for October. Zaha's on for Elise. Almiron, Willock are on for Fraser and Longstaff, Sean Longstaff. Zaha's back from injury, but here's Benteke to make it 2-1. No. Wide. Side netting.
Goodness me. What a chance.
After an amazing Bicey, I thought it was going to be Palace retaking the lead. Schlupp comes on for Milivojevic. Sam Maximan is taken off for Joe Linton, but here's Zaha. Cleared by Newcastle at first. But then MacArthur's shot gets deflected.
Just deflects it wide. Real opening there for Palace. Great work from Zaha.
Great block there by Isaac Hayden. It's Palace's corner.
Final few minutes here.
Free header, top right, in. Benteke's done it again. And right before stoppage time, Crystal Palace retake the lead. Phenomenal performance from Benteke.
He knows not to get too excited just yet. This team have been burned before this season. And it is going to be.
Oh, they're checking. They're checking it.
England has been referred
Why are they checking it?
Video assistant referee Lee Mason. He's going to have a look at this at the screen. Well, Gay was holding on to the shirt.
Oh, that makes sense. That's a shame because that was such a good header from Benteke. But Gay, he made a shirt pull,
The shirt impeding the defenders.
impeding the Newcastle defence, and yeah, no, that's rightly chalked off. And it ends 1-1. It ends 1-1.
We created enough chances to win the game.
Before I listen to more of Vieira's interview, I was just going to say, I mean, I thought they deserved to win anyway. I thought Palace were the better team. They were better than Newcastle that game, in my opinion.
Credit to Newcastle. I think they worked hard at the back and made it really difficult for us. And I think the clinical side of the game that we will need to improve. We stopped the rocks today, which is important from an attacking point of view.
Graham Jones, interim
I
head
can
coach.
assure you I'd like to be better, but the boys give everything we got. Tottenham, that was the only measurement today. If they give everything we got, the result would come. I actually said a win would come, so I let them down. But we'll take the positive point and we'll try and improve for next week and move forward.
Right, let's have a look at this.
Chances to win the game.
Oh, Vieira. Vieira's mouth was spazzing out then because of the playback from Match of the Day BBC iPlayer. Anyway, 75% possession to 25, 14 attempts to 6, 3 on target to 2, 3 corners to 7, 1.75 expected goals to 0.69. Anderson, Ward, Benteke, Callum Wilson, Lascelles, Joe Linton and Ritchie all got on the book. Oh, it was right there.
I think it's fair to say Newcastle probably got away with one today.
Yeah, I agree with Lineker. I thought Palace were miles better.
Under Patrick Vieira. And a real threat up front, don't they?
Can't wait to see Newcastle and Norwich play each other.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. I think you heard from Vieira there saying he wants them to be a bit more clinical, but I'm seeing a partnership develop here. There's no Wilfried Zaha in the last couple of games on the bench there, Wilfried. But I like kind of how they're always kind of in and around each other. So you've got lovely little movements like that, little overs, little flicks around the corner. Edouard is very good in these little pockets. He likes to come short. He likes to get on the ball, use his kind of intelligence. And Benteke is always going to be a threat in the box. He always has been, but he's just had a really bad, good few years at Palace. But he's finding his feet again. You can kind of sense it in his game. Little things like this where you go, hang on a minute, this guy's getting some confidence now. Lovely volley that he getting close to executing. But when you've got two forwards making runs into the box, you can just float them in at times, and he sticks that one away brilliantly. And it just should have been more for him. He actually did really well on that occasion. But I just thought, from Palace's point of view, they played brilliantly. That type of thing,
That's the one he should score.
he's got to score that. But that type of play is going to yield goals soon. It's a mixed bag for him. But, you know, I do.
Headed goals for Premier League players since September 2012, nearly 10 years ago. And Benteke's top on 33. Second is Giroud, 32. Third is Kane, 26. And fourth is Lukaku, 22.
For the goals will come.
Yeah. No one scored more.
He had a brilliant performance, Benteke.
Yourself, I can see it. Yeah. I think obviously the highlight of Newcastle's performance and possibly the game was that spectacular overhead kick from Callum. Wonderful goal.
Agreed. That's probably goal of the season
for Palace, twice
so
in a
far.
week. But the
Definitely one of the, definitely for me, goal of October so far.
Obviously, Patrick Vieira once. Callum Wilson, 4 goals now from the last 5 games. They're really relying upon him, whether they, if they're going to get out of trouble. They need quality like that, and he's definitely got it. Really, really good finisher. Terrific effort. I've got one bit of news for you before we move on. Police are investigating a banner unveiled by Crystal Palace fans today that highlighted
I heard about this.
Saudi Arabia and criticised the Premier League's fit and proper person test. The full story is on the BBC Sport website. It was 4 wins in 5 for Wolves. They faced Leeds, who 6 points.
Right, Leeds against Wolves at Ellen Road, and I'm gonna put something on top of this because I am cold.
Mark Scott was at Ellen Road.
Marcelo Bielsa's
Right.
focus this week has been on convincing the players they can get back to the form of last season. The return of Rafinha should certainly help them
Melier,
the level of performance from the
Shackleton, Dallas, Lorente, Cooper, Strout, Rafinha, Harrison, Cliff, Rodrigo, Daniel James up front. Wolves, Jose Sarr, Kilman, Cody, Seiss, Semedo, Aït-Nouri, Matinho, Dendoncker, Traore, Hwang, and Jimenez.
Last weekend, following a busy international break. Harrison, now it's Click. Rafinha, James in the
Rafinha
centre.
taking on Aït-Nouri and gets past Aït-Nouri,
And behind for the corner.
but no proper chance there for the Whites. Leeds, though, get a corner.
4 to aim for in the area. Rafinha could pull in. Well defended to Romain Saiss. Got a really important head on that.
Great header from Seiss to clear that.
And the flicked header just wide.
Leeds have another chance.
Well, they would have been dancing if that had gone in. Cody sends it long. Jimenez ducked out of it.
Semedo.
Semedo did well there. Nelson Semedo, options in the middle.
Jimenez is going to have a shot. Good deflection, and Hwang puts it in. Wolves take the lead here in West Yorkshire.
His 4th of the season.
And it's Hwang's 4th of the season. What a signing he is turning out to be from RB Leipzig on loan.
For the man on loan from Leipzig. Owed a lot to the great work from Nelson Semedo.
It's a brilliant assist there from Semedo. Well, assisted by Jimenez, but Semedo did most of the work there.
And he did the rest with the minimum of fuss.
Shame for Jimenez, he couldn't get his second goal since his return from his fractured skull. But still, brilliant from Hwang. Wolves take the lead. Tyler Roberts now comes on for Jack Harrison.
Dispossessed by Rafinha.
Rafinha's giving it away to Aït-Nouri.
Danger here. Right, Aït-Nouri. Needed saving.
But Melier makes the save.
Strout. Roberts.
Rafinha. Blocked. I think that's a handball. That looked like a handball to me from Romain Saiss.
He took his time though. Rafinha also felt that he was fouled. And it looks as though Rafinha
will be playing
Oh,
no further part for Leeds
Rafinha
today.
could be off.
And that is another big blow for Marcelo.
And he is
Bielsa.
off. Somerville comes on and Click comes off for Gelhardt. Meanwhile, as for Wolves, Traore comes off for Daniel Podence. That is a huge shame for Rafinha, though. A huge shame.
Rafinha also felt that he was fouled. And it looks as though Rafinha will be playing no further part for Leeds today. And that is another big blow for Marcelo Bielsa.
Gelhardt, not Gelhardt.
Big is how he manages the bad moments.
Podence comes on for Traore, as I said.
Bit of a sticky patch right now.
Now that is a blow for Leeds, losing Rafinha then. When they've already lost Bamford and Phillips.
By Cooper. And here's the chance for Gelhardt.
Gelhardt has a go.
10 minutes away.
10 minutes.
Another 3 points.
Wolves are 10 minutes away from another 3 points, but Leeds are not finished yet.
Well hit by Gelhardt. If you're being ultra critical, you'd say it's too close to the keeper, but it's still a super stop from Sarr. Here's Rodrigo.
Hoover and Neves come on for Aït-Nouri and Matinho.
Somerville behind Dallas. Gelhardt, good feet.
Here is Gelhardt.
Still Gelhardt, and still, what a round,
he's down.
Penalty.
And Leeds have given a penalty.
Elation around Ellen Road as the teenager
Semedo looks on in disbelief.
Chance to snatch a point in stoppage time. Wriggled past a couple of challenges, and the armour from Nelson Semedo. Don't think that's going to be overturned by VAR.
Yeah, I think that is a penalty.
So in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Joe.
I don't know what Joe will say about that, my brother, but obviously that has not gone Wolves' way at all. And Rodrigo, with Rafinha not there, or Bamford, Rodrigo's going to take the penalty for Leeds. Can he deliver and make sure Leeds have an equaliser at least?
Rodrigo.
Yes, he can. Right at stoppage time, as the corner flag gets kicked. The rise of the White Rose gives Leeds an equaliser here against Wolves.
Pressure penalty, but it didn't feel like it for Rodrigo.
And Wolves lose 3 points right at the end of the game, and Leeds steal a point from Bruno Lage's men.
Is just reward for their performance in the final 20 minutes or so.
He cannot believe it. Bruno Lage cannot believe it.
Here goes Gelhardt. And still, deflected!
Could have been 2.
Well,
but it's deflected. Imagine if Leeds stole it right at the end. That would have been a huge bummer for Wolves.
And it was almost a kick that won the game. It's only a point, but it will
1-1.
1-1
at Ellen Road between Leeds and Wolves.
But I think if you look at it with coming, it's hard to come in, honestly. To adapt to their way of playing, to try and not get caught up in the way they play in a basketball match and people everywhere and just running everywhere. We need to try and be clever about it. We need to try and be together, be compact, be solid. And we've done it for the majority of the game.
Me parece que podríamos haber, de acuerdo al trámite del partido,
I think that given how the game went,
al gobierno del partido,
how the game was governed,
podríamos haber merecido más de un gol.
I think we could have deserved more than 1 goal.
Haber ganado el partido.
To have won the game.
Bruno, last minute joy, last weekend, last minute agony this time around. That's the Premier League, I guess.
Yeah, and this is football. So this is football, and that's why for me it's not every time is until the end. So, but look. I'm happy what we did.
Amazing if I can contribute to the goal to get the equaliser. But I think we were unlucky enough to get 3 points in the end with the pressure we had on the last 20 minutes. I think we were unlucky enough to get another.
Well, Leeds stole a point right at the end. They nearly won it right at the end, but that would have been a huge bummer for Wolves if that happened.
With coming, it's hard to come in, honestly, to adapt to their way of playing, to try and not get caught up in the way they play in a basketball match and people everywhere just running everywhere.
Right, the match stats. 63% possession to 37, 18 attempts to 8, 4 on target to 4. Oh, that's tight. 6 corners to 3, 1.73 expected goals to 0.94. Shackleton, Rodrigo, Matinho, Kilman, and Seiss all get on the book.
Contribute to the goals, get equalised, but I think we were unlucky not to get 3 points in the end with the pressure we had on the last 20 minutes. I think we were unlucky not to go another.
I don't know whether I'm getting older, or footballers are getting younger. I don't know what it is, but 19-year-old Joe Gelhardt made a real impression, didn't he, when he came on? Breath of fresh air, Gary, when he came on. Running with the ball. It was a difficult afternoon for Leeds, really. Wolves just sat back, didn't really quite have the quality, and he completely changed the game. I think it's sometimes that young players can do this in their performance. Look at this when he comes onto the hit. I mean, it's a great save from the keeper, Saar, but a wonderful hit from the young man, his movement. I felt maybe here, again, he could perhaps have just knocked this inside for James, perhaps for a tap in, but that will come. I'm sure that kind of vision. But it was his willingness to run at the opponents. Absolutely first class. Look at this. I mean, does this remind you of a Messi or look at that wonderful, wonderful Messi? Well, it's silly days, but that's what he's been thinking about. He's watched these players and he's done it in the playground. Just build it up a little bit. Now he's doing it at Ellen Road and gets away, by the way. He just attracted the challenge and got the penalty for his team. And then he could have almost have won it for them at the end. Again, that exuberance of youth. He thinks, now why not? And he hits it, and it hits his colleague, Somerville, who also came off the bench and did well. So, no, really good afternoon for Leeds, his youngsters. Yeah, we've got a tackle to look at. It didn't get a red card, but some Leeds fans are irritated by it. What do you think? It was a bit reckless.
Yeah, well, if it's one of them, if he gets a red card for this, I'm not arguing about that at all. I think, dangerous.
That is late, isn't it, from Roman Seiss?
I think he's out of control there, Seiss. I think he catches Rafinha high enough on the leg. Yes, I think it probably is a red.
Yes, excessive, it's dangerous.
Like that.
That's why Rafinha was complaining. Was that a red?
It's only a booking for the handball. Should have perhaps have been sent off there.
Okay, time for last night's action. Aston
I mean, I do agree. Seiss did handball it, and also he did that really late challenge. Yeah, I probably would say it's a red. Sorry, Joe. But yeah, I think personally Seiss should have been sent off.
To win 4 consecutive league games against Arsenal for the first time since...
Right, 4 games to go.
Steve Bauer was at the Emirates.
Arsenal Villa.
Both teams are aiming for a return to winning ways.
Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Tavares, Gabriel, Ben White, Nakonga, Partey, Saka, Smith Rowe, Lacazette, Aubameyang. Aston Villa, Martinez against his former club. Konza Twanzebe, Mings, Cash, Target, Louise, McGing, Buendia, Danny Ings, and Arsenal fan himself, Ollie Watkins. Here is Saka. Mings trying to stop him.
Teammate Mings is sticking closely to it.
And Mings does stop him, but I think that could be a foul. And it is a free kick to Arsenal. And I thought that was a foul as well. Definitely not enough to be a bloody yellow, for God's sake. Definitely nowhere near enough. Smith Rowe's free kick, but he doesn't take it. Saka takes it.
It's a dangerous one, and it's followed in with Partey.
Nearly 1-0 Arsenal.
Off the head of Mings, it came back and bodied it. Crashed against the crossbar.
Hits the crossbar. Nearly in by Thomas Partey.
Whisker away from his first
Saka. Lacazette. Smith Rowe.
Tavares.
Tavares, I mean.
Deflected behind for
And
an
it is
Arsenal corner.
deflected behind for an Arsenal corner. Not
On
quite
his left-hand side on a
the
couple of
1-0
occasions already.
Gunners fans were hoping
That
for.
one just clipped off Esri Konsa. And he comes again.
1-0 from the corner. 1-0 Arsenal. And Thomas Partey does finally score. Assisted by Emil Smith-Rowe.
Persistence pays off. Just helped it along the way, the Ghanaian.
Smith-Rowe's corner, straight to Partey. Didn't go off Lacazette. And it's 1-0. If that got off Lacazette, it would have probably been offside.
But Thomas Partey has his first Arsenal goal. And Mikel Arteta's team have the lead 23 minutes in.
1-0 to the Gunners. Smith-Rowe.
Is Arsenal's number 10, Smith-Rowe. And Tavares is in.
Here's Tavares. Aubameyang's on his right. As is Saka. What a save by the former Arsenal goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez.
First time on his right foot, Bukayo Saka. Allowed Martinez to make the save.
Ben White.
White has picked out Tavares.
Here is Tavares. Aubameyang and Lacazette in the box, as is Saka.
It's got to Saka.
Lacazette ducks, gives it to Saka, but then Villa lose it. Lacazette goes down. Arsenal fans asked for a penalty, but no.
Michael Oliver is in VAR tonight.
And they have stopped the play because of Lacazette being down.
This is half time, you know.
Not even half time.
Michael Oliver and VAR asking Craig Dawson to have a look at that. It's whether he got the ball first.
I don't think he got the ball at all.
And neither does Craig Dawson, because he has pointed to the spot.
Right decision. Dean Smith's fuming. I think it was the correct decision.
9 of his Arsenal, 11 penalties.
Aubameyang's free kick.
6 goals in his
Sorry,
last
Aubameyang's
7 games.
penalty.
This on the stroke of half-time to give Arsenal a 2-0.
Stroke of half-time. It's saved, but the follow-up seals that. And it is 2-0 to Arsenal. Aubameyang doubles Arsenal's lead. Martinez is gutted as his Villa players help him up to carry on.
He should have stopped the first, did stop the penalty, but could do nothing from the rebound. Yes, correctly.
And he stopped the first as well and could do nothing for the rebound. And Aubameyang makes it 2 for the Gunners. 2-0 lead for Arsenal here at the Emirates. Now we're on the second half. Leon Bailey comes on for Twanzebe. Villa want to fight back. Emil Smith-Rowe, he's got this space, but McGinn chases him, as does Mings. But it goes in, it's deflected off Tyrone Mings. It's 3-0 to Arsenal. A superb performance here from the Gunners tonight here against Aston Villa. Emil Smith-Rowe makes it 3.
Aston Villa tried hard to sign in the summer. Right to the forefront of this. Beautiful touch into him from Aubameyang. As Mings came across. Came off him, off the post. And into the back of the net.
No problem for Smith-Rowe, despite the deflection off Tyrone Mings. And it is 3-0 to Arsenal. He loves that badge. I saw his interview the other day. He absolutely loves his club and he wants to be a legend for Arsenal.
Can't be too far away.
But here is Buendia, who has a chance, but no chance, as Villa look for a goal back. Villa get a corner.
Gets the plaudits. Spread himself there. Aaron Ramsdale. Clean sheet in 6 games for Arsenal before tonight. His clean sheet this evening is still intact.
Odegaard comes on for Lacazette. Jacob Ramsey comes on for Buendia. Here is Emil Smith-Rowe. Now Aubameyang. Has a shot saved by Martinez.
Aubameyang's intention. The Villa goalkeeper.
Lokonga comes off for Maitland-Niles, while Ings comes off for Anwar El Ghazi. But Villa, oh, what a goal!
From Jacob.
Jacob Ramsey gets a goal back for Aston Villa.
His first Aston Villa
Come
goal
on, says Jacob Ramsey.
reduces it to 3-1 with 9 minutes to go.
9 minutes to go and Villa get a goal back.
Initially an overrun in here. Substitute took charge. Real precision with that strike. Arsenal 3, Villa 1. What pleased you the most about that outstanding display?
The way we started the game, the way we continue the game, the approach that we had to help them, to attack them, to be really aggressive. We won every duel. We were creative. We were a threat. I'm proud of the team today. I think they played really well.
Can't brush over it first half. We got dominated physically and didn't compete well enough, and deserved to go in at half time, with a loss or losing the game. I can take the second half. We changed the shape, and I'd like to say it was personnel, it was shape, it was this, it was that. We just got dominated physically.
Lacazette got
completely agree with Dean Smith and Arteta. I thought Arsenal were by far the better team. And in a game which Arsenal fans had no hope for, they've been outstanding in that match.
The way we continue the game, the approach that we had to help them, to attack them, to be really aggressive. We won every duel. We were creative. We were a threat.
54% possession to 46. 22 attempts to 10. 9 on target to 4. 7 corners to 4. 2.57 expected goals to 1.43. Lokonga, Aubameyang, Watkins, Mings, McGinn, Target, and Douglas Luiz all get on the book. Oh, shit.
Or losing the game. I can take the second half. We changed the shape, and I'd like to say it was personnel, it was shape, it was this, it was that. We just got dominated physically.
Lacazette got a start, Martin. He's a player that I'm slightly bewildered that he doesn't actually play more.
Me too. I think the young players really appreciate him. He played off the front in the game on Friday night, and he was a revelation in that position because he pressed really well out of possession, and he linked up tremendously well. I think Aubameyang likes having me in the team as well. Slightly different shape here. Smith Rowe can play on the left, play anywhere really, as can Saka. And they pressed and stopped Villa from creating anything. And he did it with that intelligence, good tackles. He's a hungry player, but it's with in possession where he really links really well, particularly with.
He had a good game, didn't he, Lacazette?
To Smith Rowe wherever he can.
I thought Smith Rowe had another outstanding game. He's been brilliant for Arsenal.
Good technique, and he's a mature player, and they need those sorts of players. Look at him here, just lays it off beautifully. That's really nice football. And then Aubameyang stretching the play the other way. Here, I think he was really smart actually, but where he actually draws the challenge from target, gets his foot across him, and then draws the foul for the penalty. And he really, I feel he should play much more than he does. Again, Saka knows he can trust him. He just bounces it off him. And he takes the applause from the fans, scoring that late goal against Crystal Palace earlier in the week. And I know he's had a really good week. Yeah.
6 games unbeaten in the league now. Are we seeing the start of something special? They've got, good young players as well.
I think this is why that
they are playing well at the moment, aren't they? They haven't lost since that, obviously, that shocking performance against Manchester City in the 3rd game of the season, 5-0 at the Etihad. But I still don't think Arteta's completely the right man for the job, personally. And that's the same with Ollie at Man United. I reckon they could be even higher up if they kept Emery in the job. But I know they're not going to bring him back now unless they actually ended up doing so. But I can't see it happening.
Last-minute goal that they got against Palace the other day was so important. The character that this team is showing is huge. So yeah, they're looking good. Okay, we're out of time. But before we go, let's have a look at the Premier League tape.
They're looking good, but they ain't the level of your Chelseas, Man Cities, and Liverpools at the moment. I don't think anyone is at the moment, personally.
Chelsea have won 6 of their.
We'll skip the table here because we're about to watch it.
league.
We're about to watch. We're about to watch the last 3 games, but just wanna quickly see the montage. Just show at the end here. What a day he had, Josh King. Same with Mason Mount. That for me is goal of the month from Wilson. Cornet was brilliant. Smith Rowe had another great game, and that was some finish from Mahrez to finish off. And Leeds snatched that equaliser against Wolves right at the end. Right, on to match of the day 2 and to watch the remaining 3 games. 2 of them I obviously live streamed on Sunday, but yeah, I'm gonna get to that now to obviously round up the week.
Manager.
Yeah. There's 3 matches to go, and I think we know what match is coming up next.
Evening highlights of 3 games on the way, plus all of the weekends.
It's Micah and Righty.
Ian Wright and Micah Richards, and we start at Old Trafford.
Manchester United against Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Manchester United having lost 2 of their last 3.
Ronaldo versus Salah.
It's been a disappointing season so far. I mean, it's not what you'd expect from this Manchester United team. I think it's been a really good start for Liverpool.
It has been a really good start for Liverpool. I agree with that fan.
It's a little bit like he's not sure what his best team is. There's always this sort of idea that he's on borrowed time, but he's been here before. He's been able to turn it around.
Klopp's an elite manager. Manchester City have got an elite manager. Chelsea have got an elite manager. Manchester United have got a former striker.
Wow. Ollie roasted. Ollie roasted. Ollie is roasted by that Liverpool fan right there. Oh my God.
Chelsea have got an elite manager. Manchester United have got a former striker.
Ronaldo's 36 years old, but he's still a great player.
He's a player that,
Yeah, I agree with that.
No doubt about that.
Well, he hasn't been on the best of form at the moment, Ronaldo. It's surprising considering it's Ronaldo. Salah, on the other hand, is on the form of his life. And I agree with Klopp. I actually currently think he's the best player in the world right now, Salah.
It's a game that sort of drips a little bit more with emotion.
What a player he is.
If both sides play to their best abilities, Liverpool win.
Despite the form we're in, we've got the players that we can beat anyone on our day, including Liverpool.
Commentary from Guy Mowbray.
Wow. Right. The Northwest Derby, the heavyweight clash at Old Trafford.
When these 2 meet, none of us really know what will
absolutely hate each other to shreds. They absolutely hate each other. 2 teams that can't stand one another. And United's team was De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, Fred, McTominay, Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood and Ronaldo. With Paul Pogba on the bench. As for Liverpool, Alisson, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Henderson, Milner, Keita, Firmino, Salah and Jota. Mane on the bench.
Diogo Jota is picked with Sadio Mane dropping to the bench. Salah is the first to score in 9 Liverpool games in a row. If he makes it 10,
now watch this. Well, I've already watched this, but it's good to watch it again. It's funny. Not if you're a Manchester United fan.
The Premier League reminds all of us that there is no room for racism. The players take a knee. Occasionally, and it seems too often, the big build-up for this one isn't matched by the match itself. The way these 2 are right now,
Ronaldo.
It's hard to see how it could disappoint this time.
Fred. Into Ronaldo. Fernandes on the far right. Fernandes has all the space. And that is over from Bruno Fernandes. the first chance of the game coming from the Red Devils, not the Reds.
Manchester United cut through for the first time today.
But it is skied over from Bruno Fernandes, and Robertson tried to clear it. Van Dijk, Robertson, Firmino, Salah.
Salah has Keita on the move.
Keita on the move. De Gea doesn't get to it. And Liverpool take the lead on enemy territory in 5 minutes.
The goal will, of course, be checked, but it is.
I don't know why they checked the goal. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a deserved lead for Liverpool. And the rest is history, as we'll see in a minute.
Let's see about Keita. No problem there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that goal from Naby Keita. How can they check that for VAR? It's a definite, deserved and clear 1-0 lead for Liverpool. Klopp's relief sums it all up by doing this.
Rashford to keep it and to have a go. He's pulled it wide.
It's wide from Rashford, meanwhile, as Manchester United try and find an equaliser.
Rashford's arm was tugged. He did have enough advantage to get the shot away. Wasn't far off getting it inside the post.
Van Dijk. Henderson. Robertson. Jota. Trying to find Jota. But Maguire gives it away. Here's Keita. And now Alexander Arnold into Jota, who gets into the box. And Liverpool get 2 goals. And deservedly so. An awful moment from Manchester United's captain, Harry Maguire. But that was fully deserved from Liverpool. And in 13 minutes, the Reds, the You'll Never Walk Alone club, take the lead. No, sorry, double their lead on enemy territory against Manchester United. Again, why are they thinking of checking that? Trent was onside, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that. If it hit Milner, if Milner scored that, I think Milner would have been offside. Milner was offside. Jota wasn't offside, and deservedly so. Jota gives Liverpool a double lead, and Liverpool deserve this 2-0 lead as it stands. Curtis Jones, meanwhile, comes on for James Milner as Liverpool make an early-on substitution. Here's Mason Greenwood. Alisson fires it away for Liverpool.
Shooting prowess from outside the box. Doesn't half get a hold of them. Showed that at Leicester last weekend. Sitting, not sitting comfortably.
Here's Konate. Now gone to Lindelof, who clears it poorly to try and find Rashford. Now here's Trent. Now Firmino. Henderson is there, as is Keita. Now Firmino finds Salah. Finds Firmino. Finds Jota. Finds Salah. Into Keita, and Salah puts it in. So easy for Liverpool. And they are tearing Manchester United apart here at Old Trafford. Not even half-time yet, and Liverpool are 3-0 up on enemy territory. Manchester United are 3-0 down on home soil against their biggest rivals, and fully deserved. It's 3-0 to Liverpool. Once again, so poor from the Red Devils, so poor from Manchester United. Liverpool make it easy. Salah makes it easy, and no wonder Jurgen Klopp calls him one of the best player in the world at the moment. Not even half-time yet, and it is 3-0 to Liverpool. Here's Greenwood, though. And now Ronaldo. And Alisson denies him. Oh, watch this. Sorry, watch this. This was a joke, in my opinion. How the fuck is that not a red card? He literally kicked him on the chest. Van Dijk is deservedly furious, as is Robertson. How the fuck is Ronaldo not sent off? I'm sorry, Manchester United should so easily be down to 10 men. If Azpilicueta's red card for Chelsea against Aston Villa was a red card, I agree, though, it was a red card, even though Grealish completely overreacted. That was nowhere near the overreaction. And how the fuck did Ronaldo not get sent off for that? He literally kicked Curtis Jones in the chest. That was so petty. So petty from Ronaldo. How the fuck was he not sent off? I don't know. I'm having a look at that again because it was just ridiculous. Manchester United should have been down to 10 men. Ronaldo's frustration getting the complete better of him. It nearly goes on over Curtis Jones's groin. Van Dijk's fuming. Curtis Jones pushes him away. Robertson has a word with him. Fernandes pushes Van Dijk away, which Van Dijk reacts badly to him. And then Konate pushes Fernandes away. Fernandes tries to defend Ronaldo, who tries to have a word with Konate and Van Dijk. Trent then tries to push Ronaldo away, as does Henderson, who has a right go at Ronaldo for that. How the fuck was Cristiano not sent off? That, for me, how is that a yellow? That is a fucking red, no question. Absolutely ridiculous. How the fuck was that a yellow? That is a fucking red, no question. Ronaldo should be sent off for that.
Ronaldo, the ball was in between his boot and Jones. Hard yellow is probably right.
Or mind you, he did kick the ball more, but it was clear and obvious attempt at violent conduct. And he could have hit Curtis Jones in the chest. I'm sorry, that's a red card. I don't care what other people are going to say. He should have been sent off, in my opinion, for that. Although, looking back at that camera angle does make things a lot more different. Because from the camera angle I saw on Sky Sports on Sunday, and yeah, the camera angles they showed, it looked like he kicked him in the chest.
Whoa. Let's take another look.
And he did kick him in the chest in a way first anyway, before he did pettily have a go at him. For me, that's a red card. For me, Ronaldo should have been sent off.
A yellow card. Fortunately for Ronaldo, the ball was in between his boot and Jones. Hard yellow is probably right. Certainly lost his head for a minute.
He did. Oh, and we got a collision. As Fernandes says, United fans are leaving already. Robertson. Jota. Firmino. Who gets brought down by Maguire, but play on, says the ref. Salah doesn't care, though. No wonder the United fans are leaving. It's 4-0 to Liverpool. And they are tearing Manchester United apart. And he is really under pressure now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This just goes to show that Manchester United are clearly not in the title race. And Liverpool most certainly are. This is a day to forget for the Red Devils. A complete day to forget. And the boos all around Old Trafford. Yes, I know it's early days of saying that United are out of the title race, and I don't think they will beat Liverpool, City and Chelsea. But however, if they continue to play like they have done this season, they aren't going to win the title at all. And he could get the sack at the end of the season, Ollie. He might even get the sack in a few months. They've got a tough run, United have. Tottenham away, then City at home. They've got Chelsea at Stamford Bridge at the end of November, and then Arsenal after that. They have got a tough run, the Red Devils. Chelsea have already done that tough run. And what happened to us? We beat Arsenal. We beat Tottenham. We drew against Liverpool. Should have won, in my opinion, but Liverpool got a point back. The only game we struggled was against City at Stamford Bridge. So other than that, that for me was a pretty good run from us. United, in this run, we're going to see how they're going to do. And they're already 4-0 down to Liverpool, which is obviously the complete worst case scenario, the worst start they could have possibly wanted. The worst start, they wouldn't have wanted. They continue to play like this. And to be honest, I don't think their plays have been that good so far this season. There's only 2 games for me from United that stood out this season so far. And that was their performance against Leeds at the start of the season, 5-1. and the 4-1 against Newcastle, but Newcastle are in the crap right now anyway. They have got, because they're blimmin' relegation candidates at the moment. So yeah, United for me so far this season nowhere near the level of Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. Nowhere near the level, and I don't think they're going to win the title. They might break into the top 4 and beat one of those teams, but I can't see it happening. I don't think they're going to be in the title fight at all. I think those 3 teams I just mentioned will be the top 3 teams this season. Disgusting first half performance from Manchester United and a terrific first half performance from Liverpool. Second half, Pogba's on for Greenwood.
Pogba rocked by a combo of Henderson and Firmino.
Here's Salah.
On for the hat-trick.
And he gets his hat-trick. Absolutely phenomenal. It's 5 to Liverpool. As soon as the second half starts, just after a few minutes after that, Liverpool already get a 5th. And this is just simply humiliation for Manchester United. Liverpool run riot here at Old Trafford. And this is the biggest win I've ever seen them have at Old Trafford. Obviously, since when I first got into football, a terrific Old Trafford performance from Liverpool. This is a day no Anfield fan will ever forget. Alex Ferguson cannot believe it. Look at the despair in his face and look at the joy of Dalglish. Maguire. Ronaldo. Brilliant. That was brilliant. I know I've just completely lambasted him because he should have been bloody sent off, in my opinion. But that was a brilliant goal. Ronaldo does get a goal back for United. However,
Here's the check that's going on.
no from VAR.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not going to count. It's not going to count.
It's not going to count.
Going down from the top of Ronaldo's torso as he leans.
Hear the joy from the Liverpool fans. To be fair, I thought that was unlucky because I thought that was a great goal from Ronaldo. But he is offside.
Manchester United might as well tack in now and concede and say, we'll take 5. See you later.
Now, this is the red card. This is the red card. Pogba's challenge on Keita.
It's going to be a free kick. And Anthony Taylor's gone to his pocket again here to show a yellow card to Pogba.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I think this is an unpopular opinion. This is an unpopular opinion. I know so many Liverpool fans are going to disagree with me on this. And a lot of Premier League fans are going to disagree with me on this. But, I mean, it's a debate, this one is. But personally for me, Pogba shouldn't have been sent off. I know so many fans are going to disagree with me on that. And I know this is an unpopular opinion. But the reason why I think Paul Pogba shouldn't have been sent off was because even though it was such a nasty challenge on Naby Keita, and you compare this challenge to Saïs's for Wolves against Leeds, against Rafinha, this, for me, was a yellow because Pogba got the ball, even though the challenge was horrible on Keita. But Pogba did slightly get the ball, in my opinion. And they'll look at a slow replay in a minute. Here we go. He does get a touch to the ball. He does get a touch to the ball. It's a horrible challenge, and I get why people say this is a red card. I get why people say this is a red card. But I would have kept him on. He got the ball just then. Even though it was a horrible challenge. Even though he got the ball, it was still a horrible challenge. So that, for me, would have been a yellow. But definitely not just a foul. Definitely not. I would have given Pogba a yellow for that, but that's just me. So the game ended up Ronaldo getting a yellow and Pogba getting a red I would have done the other way round. Pogba getting a yellow, Ronaldo getting a red. But, ayo. Manchester United got a player sent off anyway, and deservedly so, because Ronaldo should have been sent off anyway.
Taylor, go and have a look for yourself. This could be possible serious foul play. Boot onto ball, rolling up on the Keita shin. The other boot not far away. It is the sort of tackle that is actively.
But Pogba did get sent off for this.
Anthony Taylor says, I've had a look. Forget that yellow.
And Anthony Taylor will give Pogba the red card. Manchester United, yes, I wouldn't have sent Pogba off, but Manchester United deservedly down to 10 men. Because I would have sent Ronaldo off if that was me. But I think Liverpool fans will say Manchester United should be down to 9 men. In fact, most fans will probably say Manchester United should be down to 9 men. But it just goes to show how much of a shambolic performance this has been from Manchester United. But enough of that debate. I really hope Liverpool central midfielder Naby Keita gets well soon. He did get on the stretcher after that. He was put on the stretcher after that challenge from Pogba, Naby Keita. But yeah, I hope speedy recovery soon for Naby Keita. Hopefully, we will see Naby Keita back as soon as possible. Yeah. Hope he's back soon, Keita. Meanwhile, substitutions. Fernandes and Rashford come off for Cavani and Dalot. While Keita is off, of course, and coming on for Liverpool is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Playing with their opponents now.
It's very unfortunate though for Keita, and yeah, I hope he gets a hope he has a speedy recovery soon.
Alexander-Arnold easily into a shoot.
Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to make it 6, but he doesn't. It goes over.
It's nearly the crown on top of what's been a Liverpool coronation anyway.
It has been a Liverpool coronation. This match, in a whole nutshell, has been a coronation for Liverpool.
Trying to get some singing going.
Look at the amount of fans leaving. So many leaving Old Trafford, the home fans. Mane comes on for Firmino.
Trying to lift spirits before the next few games, before the next home game when City arrive in 2 weeks' time.
McTominay has a go. United may nearly make it a goal back, but they don't.
But then they knew that already. I think McTominay might have been offside. Came off Andy Robertson onto the crossbar. Liverpool hell-bent on giving Manchester United nothing.
And that's it.
Another Liverpool win. A win so many of their supporters cherish above all others. But
that is massive. That is absolutely massive. Phenomenal. Liverpool, absolutely phenomenal, that match. Manchester United, embarrassing, shambolic, and completely blown away. Similar to Norwich when they played Chelsea. That's what this performance was. Liverpool were just absolutely outstanding and deservedly got 3 points. And they are right behind Chelsea's arses at the top of the Premier League in second spot. It's a tight season, isn't it?
Liverpool's biggest ever away to Manchester United.
Yeah, Liverpool's biggest ever away win against Manchester United.
It's another league game.
Full time, Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5.
Which move do they make next? It's this one.
And a hat-trick from, in my opinion, the best player on the planet right now in Mohamed Salah, or as Liverpool fans call him, the Egyptian King.
Liverpool 5. Jurgen, Liverpool's record ever win away to Manchester United.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge.
Great day, and I know this club with the history the club has, and we always wanted to write our own chapters in this history book, and then tonight obviously was another one, which is nice. For the people tonight, it's great. Come on. My wife was here as well, somewhere there, so she enjoyed it, obviously, I hope, as well.
What are your overall feelings now?
Sad, disappointed, angry, of course. But my emotions doesn't matter here now. These players and this group has come too far to give up. I know I've seen the development through the years I've been here with the group. They stick together. They look after each other. And today, we weren't good enough.
I'm disappointed. I'm going to look.
You weren't good enough, Ollie. You were bloody awful.
Myself.
Every player should do.
And as were you, Maguire, you were shocking that match.
Look at themselves, look at the individual performance. Mo Salah obviously stands out with a hat-trick. How good is he? Where is he in terms of the players you played with?
It's one of the best for sure. The way it finishes is unreal, I think. And even the one that I...
Can Manchester United bounce back away to Tottenham this weekend?
It's not an easy ball in with one touch. Just puts in the back of the net. This is massive.
Although Tottenham haven't looked great either.
That's what all the teams want.
Not going to lie.
And
we'll see this in a minute in their performance against West Ham.
Not as long together. Got a bit carried away by our own whatever results, performances. That will not happen again.
We've got big games coming up. We've got Tottenham away. Next time we're here is Man City. It's a Champions League.
I do think they will lose that. I do think City will win at Old Trafford. Would be a huge slip up for City if they don't win.
Big game in there as well. So human nature, it can go either way. This, of course, players can sulk, I can sulk, or we can come together.
Wow, bloody hell! Sorry, it is actually as a Chelsea fan, it is actually it is funny to see United lose 5-0. Not gonna lie. Although I'm not going to laugh too much because I know we've been through it before. Every club's been through it before. A few seasons ago, we lost 6-0 to Manchester City, so I know what it feels like now. Anyway, let's look at the stats because I want to see what it says. I don't think it'll be as bad as the Chelsea Norwich stats though.
Chapters in his history book, and that tonight obviously was another one, which is nice. For the people tonight, it's great. Come on.
Manchester United 36% possession, Liverpool 64.
My wife was here as well somewhere there, so she enjoyed it obviously.
12 attempts to 19. I mean, that doesn't look too bad for United, to be fair.
As well.
What are your overall?
4 on target to 8.
Sad, disappointed.
6 corners to 3. They did take more corners, to be fair, unlike Norwich, who took none.
Of course.
1.43 expected goals to 3.53.
My emotions doesn't...
Shaw, Fred, Fernandes, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and CR7 all get on the book. Pogba, of course, gets sent off.
Doesn't matter here now. These players and this group has come too far to...
And Liverpool had no bookings at all.
Through the years I've been here with a group, they stick together, they look after each other. And today, we weren't good enough.
At the moment, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed. I'm going to look at myself. Every player should do.
Yeah, I'm disappointed performance from Maguire. He needs to bounce back with a bang. But wow, what a game! How good were Liverpool that game? How bad were Manchester United that game?
Players can sulk, I can sulk, or we can come together.
He's under pressure.
Where on earth do you begin with
I mean,
that?
Goldbridge has had enough of him.
This game's hyped up as one of the biggest in the world, and rightly so, because of 2 clubs and the stature of the 2 clubs. But there's one club in Liverpool are a million miles in front of Man United.
Agreed.
I think that comes down to the way
Liverpool are a million miles in front of Man United at the moment. I totally agree.
they're coached. I'm going to be totally honest. It's chalk and cheese in what they're doing. You can listen to Ollie there. You can listen to Harry Maguire talking about taking the blame on themselves, but the way they play, it's just like it's all over the place.
Also, as well as the coaching for Liverpool, they have players who can interchange.
Yeah.
By that I mean no Fabinho today, so Henderson operates in the middle of the midfield.
Jota comes in from Mane.
Karate comes in about Matip, but Henderson and Keita in particular.
I thought Henderson had a fantastic game.
Everybody knows what they're doing in that team. So when people come out and when people come in, nothing.
But Salah was just on another level.
They're going to close to the front and then from the back.
He is a freaking legend for Liverpool. He honestly is. Being there since 2017, he has delivered every single season.
Building Liverpool's play, you can see it here again. This was the first goal. He's not just satisfied to stay and do the pivot stuff. He'll get forward and he'll go and finish like he did. This is what Liverpool are about. Especially a Man United team that don't seem to know what they're doing. Look, he's already in there. Bam. Okay, Keita in on Fred. It's only because it was a poor pass from Firmino why they didn't punish him there. Again, look at him. He knows what he's doing. Look at Liverpool players. Bang, he's in. Fred's on his heels. And there's another slap pass there from Naby Keita. But Liverpool could have been in again. Look at this. There's no space between them two and the defence. Look at that navigator block. You know, so when you're looking at Man United, there wasn't nothing they could do to break them. No plan B. Great play from Liverpool. This is when they're really flying. Navigator, Fernandes, who, you know, this is the kind of thing he's doing all day, he's just leaving people. Navigator in the box again, sets up Mo Salah. You know, it was fantastic. Great play from these two all day. Henderson was magnificent as well today. And this for me is, again, look at the pressure. This for me is one of the passes of the season. If De Bruyne had done it, everyone could be going into one. Look at this pass from him, man. Look at
That's
that.
an amazing pass from
that
Henderson
gold.
into Trent.
And then the finish is
Sorry,
wonderful.
into Salah.
But like I say, that team looked like expertly coached.
And done all of that without really mentioning Mo Salah, who got the hat-trick at Old Trafford and is in the form of his life.
Easily. He's in form of, people are saying best player in the world at the moment.
He is in the form of his life. It pains me to say this, but he is now overtaken Didier Drogba, my favourite player of all time, as the Premier League's top African scorer. In 167 games as well. I mean, look at that! He is a legend for Liverpool, no question. He is an absolute legend for Liverpool. Phenomenal player. I mean, just look at this. So this is the top 5 Premier League top African goal scorers. In 5th is Yakubu, 252 games, 95 goals. 4th is a fan favourite and also mainly Arsenal fans that don't particularly like him that much after everything that happened with his move to Manchester City and Tottenham. And that's Emmanuel Adebayor. I'm still thinking of that celebration he did for City against Arsenal. It's such shithousery. Anyway, Emmanuel Adebayor is 4th. 242 games, 97 goals. 3rd is Sadio Mane. 238 games, 100 goals. He's 4 behind Drogba. I think he's going to overtake Drogba no problem as well. That's just shown how incredible Salah and Mane really have been for Liverpool. Drogba is 2nd. My boy Didier, my favourite player of all time. 254 games, 104 goals. But look at Salah. Salah is now in the lead on 107 goals. Guess how many games he's had for Liverpool? So we're going to do a drum roll for this because it is actually impeccable and incredible. Yakubu, 252. Adebayor, 242. Sadio Mane, 238. Didier Drogba, 254. Salah, 167. 167 games, and he's already had 107 goals. Legends, absolute legends. And he's overtaken my favourite player of all time.
So first Sunday that you've done this season.
Well done, Salah. Honestly, deservedly so. Been absolutely phenomenal.
Often saying
I still love Drogba though forever and ever and ever, as we all know. My man Didier, King D. And this is Liverpool's version of King D. King Mo.
They're a team of individuals, and I'm just going to show you some examples of that. The first clip here.
Now let's see how shambolic Manchester United were.
He's going to press, but no one's coming with him. Is he doing that to get the fans on his side? Is he doing that because he's been coached to do that? Mason Greenwood and Wan-Bissaka behind. He doesn't cut off the ball to Robertson. By the time Wan-Bissaka gets there, it's too late.
But he's not really got there, has he?
Exactly. He's not really doing anything. Lindelof doesn't get tight enough. McTominay, can he drop back and help out? They're all just doing things on
they were all over the place, especially that first half.
And ultimately, he was going to lead us.
Soon as Keita scored for Liverpool, that was it. United were all over the place, and Liverpool were on the rampage.
Can he get
the
behind there? Doesn't.
Rampage.
You see Luke Shaw come here. But Bruno Fernandes, I've talked up so much in going forward, but
he has shown once again, Fernandes, that he hasn't turned up in many of the big games.
Can he rectify
like
that
your
by
Liverpools,
going
your
to the
Chelseas,
footballs
Man
and putting
Cities.
that ball? It doesn't do. It's all too easy. And look at the reactions. Mason Greenwood and Fernandes after not tracking back. It's just ridiculous. Fred here going on his own. At one stage here, he sort of gives up. Well, is it yours? Is it mine? He doesn't know what he's doing. And then he switches off.
Look at him.
Behind him, doesn't check his shoulder.
Fred's hardly doing anything.
It's too late. We've got the 4 here.
Awful United performance. That's probably one of the worst Man United performances I've ever seen.
Exactly there. McTominay's playing in there, and he's Greenwood ambles towards.
In fact, I know they conceded. I know they conceded 6 against Tottenham last season at Old Trafford, and United did get a goal back. And I saw United lose 6-1 to City, of course, back in 2011, 2012, in the 2011-2012 season. But I'm sorry, that was, for me, the worst performance I've ever seen from any Manchester United team, ever. Honestly, I'm not joking. I honestly think that was the worst performance I've ever seen from a United team, ever. Outfought, outclassed, shambolic. And I hate to say this, they did, not hate to say this, because I'm not a United fan, but hate to say this for them, but they did fuck all. All game.
Massive amount of space.
Nearly all game.
Behind, and then do we get a tackle in?
No, that is the worst United. Honestly, it's the worst United performance I've ever seen. Honestly, it is.
But twice. And Shaw is in 2 minds. Should he come over? And then Rashford on the other end. He's not picking up one of the most dangerous people in form now in the Premier League. And it was just a catalogue of errors. And I was flabbergasted, to be honest, watching that today.
But look at that for stats. Manchester United so far this season. Tackles won, 61. Premier League rank, dead last. Errors leading to shots, 8. Premier League rank, dead last. Clean sheets, total 1. Premier League rank, 18th. Goals conceded, 15. Premier League rank, 16th. I agree with Goldbridge. He's got to go. Ollie has got to go.
I'm surprised.
I completely agree with Mark Goldbridge. I think he's got to go.
So, both of you, as former players.
And I think Arteta's got to go from Arsenal if they lose their consistency once more. And I think Farke's got to go from Norwich. They're the 3. I think that'll be the most pressured managers in the Premier League right now. Mikel Arteta, despite the form Arsenal are on at the moment, but if they return to losing ways and poor form, poor results, poor performances, then I think he could be gone, Arteta. But Daniel Farke and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, are both heavily under pressure after that. And Steve Bruce, I would say, is another one. But, of course, Newcastle have now sacked him, as we all know.
Right. The stats there, like, horrific reading as far as Manchester United are concerned defensively. Right? I'm in the Manchester United boardroom. I have a decision to make now on what happens. You two are joint directors of football. I'll say to you, is that a manager's fault? Is it his coaching team's fault? Is it the players' fault?
Here we go.
Explain that result to me.
Listen, a year ago, and I don't. When I'm doing this, I'm not doing it for fun. I'm not doing it to take the mickey out. I'm not doing it for clicks. I said a year ago about the tactical shortcomings of Manchester United. Got totally cooked for it. And you look at Paul Scholes the other day, and what he said, he ain't got no crystal ball, but you watch how Man United are playing and how they're setting up.
After they came back against Atalanta.
Yes, yeah. And he said, would you take that result against Liverpool? And he said, because if they play like that, they're going to lose. And you look at what they've done and the way they played, you have to say, how can the coaching team set them up to say, we're going to play on the front foot against this Liverpool side with no structure? No structure, no organisation in your pressing. So they can say whatever they want about the players need to do this, need to do that. The fact is, for me, that comes onto the coaching team. They need to be
coaching that team better than they be.
Which is understandable. Presumably you take that point. But then if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the technical area and see Maguire and Shaw run into each other and Bruno Fernandes not track a runner and throw his hands up in the air, you must be standing there thinking, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's ridiculous because what I've just shown there is just the basics of football. We talk about Pep and Klopp and Tuchel. He's up against, loads of the best managers.
Of course, they lost to
world.
Chelsea 5-0 away in October 1999.
I've always protected him up to this point because
I remember watching the highlights and stuff. Zola was incredible that game. Anyway,
and being that feel-good factor.
He completely changed the
really
atmosphere
bad
culture around the club.
Manchester United.
But now he's under scrutiny because when you bring in Ronaldo and Varane and Sancho, like the squad,
Sancho has been piss poor so far this season. I'm not joking. He's been awful for United.
Of course, we've got to criticise the manager because today I would say it was a mix between the players and the manager. But
I want to hear that again from Michael Richards.
But now he's under scrutiny because when you bring in Ronaldo and Varane and Sancho, like the squad is now as good as anyone else in the league. And if they're not performing, of course we've got to criticise the manager because
agreed. Ollie's got to go. He's got to go.
Players and the manager, but some of the way it wasn't pressing or we need a little bit more coaching from Ollie because I couldn't see a style of play. Man United style of play has been counter-attack, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Before the interview, before the game, he said they're going to go on the front foot. But that's not front foot. That's people going by themselves. And you could see it. There's no cohesion within the team.
Just on the cohesion within the team, and the final point on this is, which I've asked before, and it goes back to that very first point about Liverpool being ed.
They lose to Tottenham tomorrow. He really is under pressure, Ollie.
To change players and the system and the style doesn't change. Manchester United at Leicester last Saturday had Matic and Pogba in midfield.
Shorts are
During
really
the week and today, McTominay and Fred as a midfield team. That's a very different midfield team. Change your left winger, it can be different. Rashford and Martial are different. Ronaldo and Cavani are different. If you change one member of your team, you get a completely different style, don't you?
There's a difference with Liverpool, but it wouldn't have mattered what midfield you put in there today because they're not for me looking like they're coached to press. So it doesn't matter if it's Pogba, it doesn't matter if it's Matic, it doesn't matter if it's Fred McTominay. If you're going to sit off people and not go and close them to win the ball down, to then get the ball to people with pace like Greenwood and Rashford, if you're not coached to do that, then you will see mistakes from Maguire and Shaw, who we saw have unbelievable Euros because they're playing better. They're more coached.
They did have unbelievable Euros, didn't they? Maguire and Shaw.
They don't look like they know what they're doing.
Can it be turned around?
With Ollie, it's going to be difficult, but I think we've got to give him a chance to show what he can do. We can't just be. This game was tough because it was, Man United, Liverpool, like Wright said, one of the biggest games, and it's who they get. And I'm not going to sit here and say a manager should go, but they're not going to get the same quality as what.
Any organised team come up against Man United now, Micah, they'll do the same thing too. If they're not going to close them down, they'll do the same.
Man City, especially if they play like that again.
Wow. Good luck with that.
What's Micah smirking about?
To say a manager should go, but they're not going to get the same quality as what.
Any organised team come up against Man United now, Micah, they'll do the same thing too. If they're not going to close them down, they'll do the same thing.
Next home league game's the derby.
Yeah.
Wow. Good luck with that.
Look at Micah's smug face.
Having scored 8 goals in wins over Manchester United and Sparta.
2 games to go. Brentford, Leicester and West Ham, Tottenham.
Commentary from Martin Fisher.
We're on the penultimate game now. Brentford, David Raya, Zanka, Janssen, Pinnock, Canos, Henry, Onyeka, Jensen, Norgard, Mbomo and Tony. Leicester, Schmeichel, Amati, Evans, Soyuncu, Pereira, Castagna, Silliman, Samare, Madison,
his fifth successive game. Their Moscow
Ian Atcho and Vardy. God, my nose is killing me.
Both sides playing with a 3-5-2 this afternoon. Soyuncu needed 2 bites to stop Bumo getting away from
Soyuncu stops Mbomo
Bumo, who scored a
getting
couple of
away.
goals in his last 4 games. It's also got an uncanny knack of hitting the woodwork.
Brentford's throw.
Soyuncu's heading came off and
Oh, and Schmeichel's denied Brentford already.
superbly saved by his international teammate Kasper Schmeichel.
Here's Matthias Jensen. Rico Henry, who takes on Ricardo Pereira. In for Ivan Toney, and it's in. It's 1-0 to Brentford. And it's offside. That's gutting for Brentford.
Tony's face seems to suggest that he knows he was off. VAR will just make sure. Marvellous work this from Henry. Just there as it's delivered.
That's a shame. That looked like such a good finish from Tony as well.
Swept infield towards Tony, onto Bumo. Bumo with the shots.
And Bomo, though, nearly makes amends for Brentford and nearly makes 1-0.
Play between the Brentford front two. Lovely weight on the pass from Tony. Bumo inside Evans. The shot was on, but unable to test Kasper Schmeichel.
Pereira. Iheanacho, dispossessed by Onyeka. But referee's given Leicester a free kick.
By Henry brings the whistle and provides Leicester with their first opportunity.
Let me look back at that. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
Ricardo at the start of that move. By Henry brings the whistle and provides.
Nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong. That's not a foul at all. I swear they got the ball then, Brentford. I swear they got the ball. That shouldn't be a free kick to Leicester, in my opinion. I have to look again. Hold on. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at Iheanacho. I'm an idiot. Oh, that's why Leicester got the free kick. It's the push. That makes sense. I was gonna say, I thought what's the name on the ball? No, I'm sorry, Leicester. No, you got a deserved free kick. Madison. Tielemans' shot, 1-0, top right. And that's going to be another contender for goal of the month, I agree. But I don't think it beats Callum Wilson's Bicey. But Tielemans gives the Foxes the lead. He scored a screamer in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. And he scores another screamer against a West London club. And Tielemans rifles it in for Leicester City. Brentford got work to do. What a strike from Yuri Tielemans. No chance for David Raya, and Leicester take the lead here at the Brentford Community Stadium.
With provided by Canos, instead it's Onyeka.
And Bomo, no, Tony's in the middle. But it goes over. He is denied by the hand of Kasper Schmeichel. What a save. Pinnock comes off for Ajar, while Daka comes on for Vardy. Madison has a shot, and then Daka falls over while trying to make a shot himself. Very determined looking James Madison there, gutted for missing. Force comes on for Mbomo.
Run through here for Force. The whistle's gone for the earlier challenge by Evans on Ivan Toney.
Oh dear. I thought we were going to have a kerfuffle then.
Not allowed to take the free kick quickly. just trying to get there ahead of the Brentford striker. Colin looking towards Janssen. It's off the head of Sumaye. Behind the Brentford's latest corner. Their first of the second half. So many bodies in that 6-yard box, fighting for space. As Janssen curls it in. Oh,
it's 1-1.
The deftest of touches.
What a corner from the Bees.
Number 22 there, just
and Zanka equalises with the assist from Mateus Jensen. Brentford level here against the Foxes. The Bees level against the Foxes.
Well, throughout the afternoon, Brentford set pieces have caused Leicester more than a few problems.
And as for regions, it's West London 1, the East Midlands 1. Brentford equalise. Schmeichel couldn't get there in time. Soyuncu now comes off. Vestergaard comes on.
The latest player to produce a poor challenge to concede a
free kick for Brentford.
Dangerous area. Janssen looking for those targets again.
Another dangerous chance, but it falls straight to Kasper Schmeichel. And now here is Iheanacho. Rico Henry all over him. But Iheanacho finds Tielemans and then finds Daka. Can Maddison set the winner for Leicester? Yes, he can. It's 2-1 to Leicester. James Maddison tells the Brentford fans to shush. That won't make the Brentford fans very happy.
The quick release from Schmeichel.
But it's 2-1 to Leicester City through James Maddison.
As Tielemans press it through for Daka, could have got himself. Spotted Maddison was in a better position. Significantly, he was behind Daka as the pass was released. And Maddison has ended his goal drought that stretches back to last February.
Brentford fans ain't going to be happy with that celebration. Onyeka comes off, meanwhile, for Godos, and Perez comes on for Maddison. But here is Ivan Toney.
It's behind by Evans. So,
corner to Brentford. Clearance from Johnny Evans.
Yet another Brentford corner. Corner number 6 led to their goal. This is corner number 9. Janssen needs quality.
Jensen's corner. Jensen's corner. Leicester clear it out though. And that's it.
There goes the final whistle. Well,
that's it. Full time. Brentford 1, Leicester 2.
Brentford 1, Leicester City 2.
You've seen Brentford start. You've seen how difficult they make it for teams, the results that they've had. So coming to here was a big win for us on the back of a European game, and the players showed, they showed such resilience. This is a game that tests your resilience, and took great goals and defended when we had to.
The way we smashed them first half, totally dominant for 45 minutes, and we can blame ourselves for the second goal. That's the disappointing thing. But it's about getting that out of the system, be rational, evaluate, reflect over the game, good performance. Can we do that again? And put that determination in again? We'll be absolutely fine.
James, back on the scoring sheet. That must feel good. It's been a while.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. No, it's been a little while. I've had to really be my own biggest critic and look at where I was maybe going wrong, and not getting into positions. Maybe just having that humbleness to be able to look at yourself and criticise yourself. And thankfully, I got a tap in today. I don't think I'll score much easier than that.
There was one or two tunes going around that were there to try and unsettle you. How do you deal with that?
That's my motivation. But I like that. I want to be the villain. It makes it more sweet when I score the winner at that end. So.
It's a very cheeky, but very funny celebration, I thought, from James Maddison. He had a great game today. He's good to see him back in form. because he has been off form for a bit, Maddison. So yeah, I'm very happy for him. Anyway, the stats before we go on to the pundits in our last game of the 10 games. West Ham against Tottenham. The other match I live streamed. 54% possession to 46, 15 attempts to 10, 5 on target to 6, 9 corners to 2, 1.04 expected goals to 0.94. Sanka and Soyuncu were the only 2 players that got booked. Right. Yeah, one more game to go coming up.
But I like that. I want to be the villain. It makes it more sweet when I score the winner of that end. So.
Big win for them at the end of a very good week for them. And there was one man who was instrumental, and he's on one half of those pitches.
Brentford were excellent, but Tielemans was just the best player on the pitch today.
He's freaking class, he is, Tielemans.
Just look at the technique and the strike, hanging out in their positions where he just...
No, Brentford, same as the Brighton game against Man City, Brentford didn't have a bad game at all.
That was the start of it. But he just bossed the midfield, little knock round here, and then he looks forward. And then they're off on the counter-attack again. Every time he gets the ball, he looks forward. Maddison to get on the half-turn, to get them on the attack. And he just did it every single time. Daka came on, him and Iheanacho had some good play between them. I'm looking not to score here. When he does eventually get beaten, look at desire to get back and do the work for his team. He puts Perez through here with a delicate little pass. Unfortunate not to score, but this is the third man running and a delightful touch just to put Daka in for Maddison to tap home. And he just had absolutely everything in his performance.
We had a discussion last week here, actually, about Declan Rice.
So, this is Yuri Tielemans versus Brentford in that match. Successful passes, 40. Team rank, top. Chances created, 3. Team rank, top. Passes in final third, total 11. Team rank, top. Distance run, 10.6 kilometres. Team rank, second. Phenomenal performance from Yuri Tielemans.
Not being put in a box of a holding midfielder or another 10 or whatever. You could say the same about Yuri Tielemans, actually, couldn't you?
Yeah, you saw him in every aspect of midfield. Yeah, I've got to mention that the substitution of Vestergaard as well for Sionchu in his book was a good one. But Brentford have to get some form of credit for the way they played today. Like the manager said, they smashed them in the first half. And I think Zanka, Nørgaard and Onyeka were...
They'll be all right if they continue to play like this, like they have done all season so far, Brentford.
What you got to do when you come...
Same as Brighton. They'll both be all right, in my opinion, the way they've both been playing.
On a day like that, obviously, Tielemans was unbelievable. You've got to beat them. You've got to take those.
That's the difference. It's not a cliche to say then that is the difference one, because Thomas Frank there said is they smashed them in the first half. They smashed Chelsea for 20 minutes in the second half.
No, they did. They did smash Chelsea.
Managed to put the ball
Brentford in that performance. But thanks to Mendy, he saved us the whole game. They were fantastic against us, Brentford.
You learn quicker than anything else when you come from the Championship is that if you don't take those chances and a team's having an off day, like they said, probably could have got a draw out of that and be happy with that. You're going to lose against a team like Leicester with the quality they've got.
Right, following back-to-back league wins, Tottenham.
Right, the last game of the weekend, of round 9. West Ham versus Tottenham. And this is the other of the Sunday live streams I did. Anyway, West Ham, Fabianski. Of course, Sofal didn't play due to injury, so replacing him was Johnson. And then Cresswell, Zuma and Ogbonna. Rice and Souček. Benrahma, Fornals, Bowen, Antonio up front. For Tottenham, Lloris, Emerson Royale, Reguilon, Romero, Dyer, Skip, Højbjerg, Ndombele, Lucas Moura, Son, and then of course a certain Harry Kane up front.
Last meeting between the sides saw West Ham win by 2-1 here in February.
Bowen.
Hammers haven't managed back-to-back Premier League wins against Tottenham
Not quite for Bowen. Tottenham get rid of it.
Season. Johnson, neatly done.
Johnson into Bowen. Bowen's cross.
Good chance, a good hit as well.
A great chance from Fornals.
Excellent West Ham move that.
But Lloris gets rid of it. Here's Souček now.
Listen to the roar.
Cresswell.
Strong start from West Ham. And almost an early lead for West Ham. It's a really good try.
Very good try from Fornals, but Lloris punches it away.
It's been a bit disjointed from his side so far.
Well, Lloris puts it away, I mean.
Spurs on the move here. And could be in as well. Good defending from Zuma.
And Ndombele goes down.
Ndombele's asking for something, but I just think that Kurt Zuma was too strong for him there. Zuma got his foot there first, and then Ndombele felt the full force of the challenge. Benrahma feeding Antonio.
Here is Antonio with Christian Romero.
Antonio to win it back.
Not quite giving it to Benrahma. Another wonderful hit from Pablo Fornals. Another missed chance for West Ham United. They've started to strike the brighter side, in my opinion, here against Spurs.
Was sliced wide.
Harry Kane, once again, he's dropped deep, and he's looking for Son up front.
And
still Son, Lucas Moura, and it goes over for Lucas Moura. And that's a missed chance for Tottenham.
Son Heung-min wriggling away from a couple of West Ham challenges to...
I mean, Cresswell and Ogbonna are literally all over Heung-min Son. They tried their best to get rid of it.
Against the run of play, if that had ended up in the net.
Cresswell, now Fornals, taking on Emerson Royale. Crosses it into Souček, and it's wide.
Oh, he is angry with himself there. It's a lovely ball in from Fornals. Tricky one for Tottenham to defend.
Souček beat Reguilon to it as well, but no, another chance missed for Souček, and he's very angry with himself after that one. Eric Dyer, Oliver Skipp.
Was in charge of Valencia, and David Moyes, the manager at Real Sociedad.
Now Reguilon. Tottenham win it back. Here's Son. Lucas Moura.
Reguilon's in space.
Reguilon is in space. Look at the space he's got as he tries to fizz it in for Tottenham. To Harry Kane's header. Tottenham's best chance of the game is wonderfully saved by Lucas Fabianski.
Close to Fabianski from a Spurs point of view.
Second half. Son.
And
Ndombele.
Making good ground. Nice pass.
Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura poked across for Reguilon.
Reguilon into Skipp, who misses it. And then Emerson Royale tries to cross it back. But it comes off Fornals, and Tottenham win a corner.
From Ndombele. Lucas Moura then took up the running, poked it across to Reguilon, and it was just behind Skipp.
Benrahma, Cresswell. Lucas Moura doesn't quite challenge him, but here's Fornals. Emerson Royale does try to challenge Pablo Fornals, but Pablo Fornals keeps the ball. Now Christian Romero has a look, and Romero makes the challenge, and then he says some unhappy words there, which causes a spark between Christian Romero and Pablo Fornals. Reminds me of Pepe and Thomas Müller all over again in Germany versus Portugal in the World Cup of 2014 when Pepe was sent off. And Romero has some words which provoked a reaction from Pablo Fornals, and Romero is booked for that, and rightly so, it's a yellow card.
It's a game that is
Declan Rice,
there to be won.
Cresswell,
side making a very strong case for winning it.
Fornals,
Antonio.
Fornals.
Waiting for it.
West Ham win it back from Tottenham suddenly then. Fornals with the strike. And it's tipped over the top by Hugo Lloris. Of course, France is number one.
Fornals' effort took a touch there. And then there from Lloris.
Corner to West Ham. Cresswell's corner. And it's in. The corner delivers. Antonio puts it in from Cresswell's corner. And Mikel Antonio, look at the celebration. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to rewind that and reenact that. Mikel Antonio's celebration and his corner, Cresswell's corner delivers into Antonio. 1-0 to West Ham here against Spurs. Let's have a look. I want to see the celebration again. It's brilliant. Bottom left, fired in by Antonio. Look at that. And then... what a celebration. Oh, my days. Relief for David Moyes.
10 goals in 10 league games against Spurs for Mikel Antonio. Kane was the man that was meant to be picking him up. He fell asleep though, and Antonio was alert. Another creative celebration from Mikel Antonio. So that's something to do with the Matrix. There was certainly a glitch in the Spurs defending from that set piece. Antonio.
It's Antonio Cresswell.
Fornals.
It's Antonio.
Here goes Mikel Antonio. Spurs rose. Antonio
West Ham looking for a second. Ben Rama cannot get it past Lloris. But can Bowen? No, he can't. It's Ben Rama again. Harassed by Skip and Højbjerg. Højbjerg wins it.
Well, Spurs were convinced that this had gone out. Certainly looks like it there as well. Antonio kept on going, and he carved out a pretty presentable chance.
Here's Antonio. Oh, no, this is a repeat of Ben Rama's miss.
And then Spurs managing.
Well, not miss, but Ben Rama against Lloris, and then Bowen couldn't quite make it a shot himself.
Kane's header on.
That's it. The EastEnders beat the Northenders. West Ham 1, Tottenham 0.
Tottenham Hotspur 0.
The game was really tough today. Might not have looked it, but Spurs they played some really nice football. They kept it from us.
I mean, they played a lot better than United. That's for sure. Tottenham, even though I thought West Ham was the better team.
It was impressive actually. From the start of the game, really wanted to get up in their faces, but when he kept dropping players around the midfield and at the back, it was hard to get up to the ball. So it was a case of showing a different side to the game where we sit here and be hard to beat. And we had enough chance in the game, probably the most chances to win the game, and in the end we did. So we're delighted.
I think in terms of performance, we played a good game. We are in control of the game, the possession, creating chances, controlling the game. Not didn't allow too many things to West Ham, just the counter attacks. But seems that we have to improve.
Mikel, again, involved in the goals. I mean, some season he's having... Yeah, he's a real handful. And, for someone who's new to the job, he's doing a brilliant job of being a striker. Hopefully he'll learn and he'll get better and he'll improve. And it looks like someone who I think you would do, when you start scoring goals and the centre forwards in the studio, I'm sure he'll tell you, it's a great thrill and you live off it. And I can see that when he likes it, and we hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, just...
So look at the stats quickly.
They kept it from us. We had to stay in the shape. We really wanted to press them actually. From the start of the game, really wanted to get up in their faces, but when he kept dropping
38% possession to 62, 13 attempts to Tottenham's 7, 4 on target to Tottenham's 4, even Stevens, 2 corners to Tottenham's 4, 1.42 expected goals, 0.63, I think that said. God, the graphics go so fast for me sometimes. I actually can't keep up. I'm very slow. I could be as slow as James May.
Midfield and at the back, it was hard to get up to the ball. So it's a case of showing a different side to the game where we sit here and be hard to beat, and we had enough chance in the game.
Yeah, 0.63 for Tottenham.
In the end we did.
Socek, Ogbonna, and Romero all got on the book.
We are in control of the game, the possession, creating chances, controlling the game. Not didn't allow too many things to West Ham, just the counter attacks. But seems that we have to improve.
Mikel, again, involved in the goals. I mean, some season he's having... Yeah, he's a real handful. And, for someone who's new to the job, he's doing a brilliant job of being a striker. Hopefully he'll learn and he'll get better and he'll improve. And
much like someone who I think you would do, when you start scoring goals and the centre forwards in the studio, I'm sure will tell you, it's a great thrill and you live off it. I can see that with Mick. He likes it.
Oh, shit.
I live off it. I can see that with Mick. He likes it, and we hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, just the one centre forward in the studio. So you better do this.
Righty.
Yeah, that was again. He's putting in the kind of performances for somebody who's been converted to a striker. He's pretty difficult to deal with. You look at Romero. He couldn't deal with him all day. I think he was talking to the midfielder, saying to him there, "Listen, let's just get it over there. Let me battle him. Look, just eased him off." Again, causing problems all day with his physicality. And, sometimes with his touch, I personally thought this was out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was one of those days for Spurs. I thought that ball went out of play, but he didn't stop. Spurs stopped, and rightly so, because I think that ball was out. And then this was his goal, and you've got Harry Kane marking him. And you just have to think to yourself, if Harry Kane was in the opposite box, would he be more energised than he is? He's not actually doing anything to him. Sticks out a foot, and, that's what you get. That's what happens. You get a great ball in his matrix in there. Neo, is that Neo he's doing? It's the kind of ball, and it's a great ball from Cresswell, and he's stuck his leg out and got the goal.
Just a final on him. I'm guessing he's also benefited from the fact that he's just playing in the same position week in, week out.
Yes, and he's making a real good fist of it. For someone, like I say, who's played in so many positions, he's really, really good at that centre forward stuff.
And Nuno Espirito Santo said after the game that Tottenham struggle because West Ham defend the box with a lot of men, and it's difficult when the team and all men are behind the ball.
Well, why wouldn't you defend with a lot of men? It's up to you to break it down. And I think that today, Spurs were, he said that he thought they played well, he dominated the ball, but, you're talking about West Ham getting themselves in a position where, yes, they've got plenty of men back, but there's opportunities for Spurs to try and drag them out. They don't do it. They don't take the opportunities to pass. Again, you've got Harry Kane there saying he wants the ball. I'd put that in. That's a very good ball. If he could put that in there, you'd fancy Harry Kane to do it. He walks forward, then it's a poor ball in the end. It's a terrible ball. Can you see Harry Kane? I'd rather Harry Kane stay in the box, to be honest. But once it comes out, again, you're looking at this and you're thinking, right, it's blocked up. You need some width. You need somebody to make a move. There's no movement from Spurs here. There's hardly any movement. And then the ball in the end is into the majority of the West Ham players. Again, this is a great part. Pass that to Bergwijn. You can see the defender, he's worried because if he gets it, there's a lot of space behind him. Doesn't give it to him. Then they turn back round. Once this comes back to Son in a set, right, it comes back to Son from Herrera. Give it to him. Give it to him. Look at that space.
Is it too slow?
I think it is too slow, and I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know what the game plan, because West Ham obviously have got a lot of people back. So it's up to Tottenham to move them around and try and get something going. In the end, Son just ambles one up, keeper, no problem. It seems to me to be a problem. It's plus the substitutions he brought.
So, this was Tottenham's second half stats. The shots against West Ham, 0. Touches in opposition box, 9. Final third entries, 37. Possession, 63.2%. Passes, 327. Could be worse, but they have got work to do after that result. Tottenham have got work to do.
On the Celso and Gill, that was 6 minutes to go. They needed to change something quick, and it didn't happen.
And you see those stats there. I mean, we say all the time, possession is everything. 60% possession in the second half, and yet only 9 touches in the opposition.
Yeah, I'll go into the same spots, like right highlighted there. They needed the width. They need to move the ball quicker, and today they just didn't do that.
And take a few more risks.
Take a few more chances. Get the ball in there as soon as possible.
Okay, still to come. Too good, too bad. After the rest of the weekend's goals beginning at Goodison.
Right, we don't need to look. We've already just seen the all the other goals, haven't we?
I think Fame has got.
So yeah, very,
United
very, very interesting weekend that all was.
No. Good night.
Very, very interesting weekend. So yeah, before I go on to my predictions, oh, God help me. I may as well read out the table. So after 9 games, 20th, Norwich, 2 points. 9th, Newcastle. No, let me start again. 20th, Norwich, 2 points. 19th, Newcastle, 4 points. 18th, Burnley, 4 points. 17th, Leeds, 7 points. 16th, Southampton, 8 points. 15th, Crystal Palace, 9 points. 14th, Watford, 10 points. 13th, Aston Villa, 10 points. 12th, Brentford. 12th, Brentford. 12th, Brentford on 12 points. 11th, Wolves, 13 points. 10th, Arsenal, 14 points. 9th, Leicester, 14. Joint 7th, Manchester United and Everton, 14 points. Both have 1 for goal difference. That's why they're joint 7th. However, United are ahead of Everton because United have scored 16 goals so far this season and Everton have scored 15. So 8th is Everton and 7th is Man United. 6th, Tottenham, 15. 5th, Brighton on 15 points. 4th is West Ham, 17 points. 3rd is Manchester City, 20 points. 2nd is Liverpool, 21 points. And at the top of the table is Chelsea on 22 points. And I know this might sound a bit biased at the end, but knowing me, come on, you Blues! Let's go! Anyway, that's enough of my celebrations there. It's still game week 9. Well, game week 10 actually coming now. Still early days, of course. Anyway, I am going to now do my predictions. Oh, no. Oh, fucking no. How many points did I get from that round? I don't think I got very many, not going to lie. First one, wrong already. I had Arsenal 1, Villa 1. 3-1 to Arsenal. Oh, my God. Chelsea-Norwich, 2-0 Chelsea. 7-0 Chelsea. So I got the outcome correct, but not the scoreline. 1 point. Crystal Palace 2, Newcastle 1. Oh my God, I was so fucking close on this. If it wasn't for VAR, I would have got this spot on, but it was 1-1. So I got that wrong. I will admit I'm unlucky on that one, though. I'm unlucky on this one, though, as well. Leeds 0, Wolves 1 I had. It was 1-1. And Leeds scored right at the end of the match. Oh, again, no points. This one I got hugely wrong. Everton 3, Watford 1. It was Everton 2, Watford 5. For me, that's a surprise result, that is. Southampton Burnley, I have gone with 0-0. It was 2-2, so I get a point there. Brighton Manchester City, this prediction I should have done so much bloody better at, but oh well. Because I really did have an away win in mind as well for City. But I went with 1-1. Because I thought, Brighton may frustrate Man City, but they didn't. City won 4-1. And yeah, I deservedly got that prediction wrong. West Ham Tottenham, I got wrong. I had 2-2. It was 1-0 West Ham. I was actually thinking of doing a home win as well in my mind, but no. This one I also got wrong. Brentford 3, Leicester 2, and it was 2-1 Leicester. I ruled out another match where I didn't rule out an away win. Fuck off. And this one I also got wrong. I had 1-1 between United and Liverpool. It's 5-0 to Liverpool. So that is probably one of my worst performances so far this season. Only 2 points. And I'm only on 44 points overall after 9 games. Absolutely shambolic. I am shambolic, just like Norwich and Man United are. Anyway. Oh, can I turn this around? I really don't think I can. I've really looked poor with my predictions this season for fixtures. Right. Round 10. Round 10. This ain't going to be easy. The first one is actually really difficult as well. I don't know who to go for. It's Leicester Arsenal at the King Power Stadium. Fucking hell. I don't know. Although Odegaard and Tierney are both injured. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know what to do for this one. Leicester Arsenal. That's such a tough game. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this is such a tough fixture. It really is. They're both looking good as well at the moment. But basically for Arsenal, if they don't beat Leicester, if they lose to Leicester tomorrow, then I think that's it. I think Arteta really could be under pressure. That's such a tough match. That can go either. I don't know if I can see an Arsenal a win though away. If they do, it'll be absolutely impressive and fantastic. But they have looked. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a draw between these two. But what scoreline? Vardy will be there. Smith Rowe and Saka will be there. Aubameyang will probably be there. Part of me wouldn't rule out an Arsenal away win, though. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 2-2. It's a tough one, that is. This next one, I'm going to be honest, also is a tough one. Watford versus Southampton at Vicarage Road. Stuart Armstrong might not be playing, though, as he wasn't seen in Southampton's Watford training. Oh, okay. See, not going to lie, part of me actually thinks Southampton could actually beat them away. But that's a tough match because Watford were brilliant against Everton. They were brilliant against Everton. Foster, I think it could be a goal fest, you know. Bold prediction, but I'm going to go with Watford 2, Southampton 3. I think Southampton will get an away win, but I think it'll be a very tough match. Oh, Jesus, I don't know how that's going to pan out. Right, Liverpool-Brighton. Oh, that's a home win. I think that's a home win. Sorry, Brighton. I'd love to see Brighton do well tomorrow against Liverpool. That would be brilliant for them. But I think Liverpool will be too strong for them. I'm going with a home win. I'm going to say 4-1. No, not 4-1. I'm going to say 4-0. I'm going to say 4-0 to Liverpool. Home win for them. Newcastle against Chelsea. Now, St James's Park has historically been one of our bogey grounds recently. I know last season we beat them there, but I know it ain't I don't know what it will be. However, Newcastle are still under Graham Jones. I haven't heard that they found a new proper replacements for Steve Bruce yet. But Graham Jones said last week that the new owners had told him he would be in charge of the Chelsea and Crystal Palace games. The Palace games just been. I know St James's Park is our bogey ground, but with the form Newcastle are in at the moment and the form we're in at the moment, I think we're gonna win away tomorrow, no problem. I do think Callum Wilson will score. He's been fantastic, and I'm sure he will play against us tomorrow. But I think we're going to be too strong for them. I'm going to go with 3-1 to Chelsea. And the next match, I think, will be a home win, no problem at either. Manchester City against Crystal Palace. Mind you, Crystal Palace have produced some brilliant results at the Etihad before, but if City slip up tomorrow, that's excellent news for Liverpool and Chelsea if they win. Palace have played really well recently, but I think City are going to be too strong for Crystal Palace tomorrow. I'm going to go with 3-0. Okay, that's 5 games done. Burnley against Brentford. Now, Burnley are still looking for their first win of the season. As for Brentford, I think this could be a tough match for them. I know Brentford have been very impressive so far this season. Can I see them beat Burnley tomorrow? I mean, I can, because of the way they've performed compared to the way Burnley have performed. But Cornet's been excellent for Burnley. But I'm going to be honest. I think this is going to be Burnley's first win of the season. I'm going to go with 2-0 to the Clarets. I won't be surprised if Brentford get a result, though, at least. But I think Burnley are going to beat Brentford tomorrow at Turf Moor. I think it'll be Sean Dyche's men's first win of the season. Right, Tottenham versus Manchester United. Probably the biggest clash in the whole weekend. During the whole weekend. Varane should be back. Raphael Varane should be back against Tottenham tomorrow. But if If United lose this match, Ollie really is under pressure. But I think both teams are underperforming at the moment. Tottenham played a lot better than United did. Tottenham played a lot better than Man United did last weekend. But do I think they'll bounce back? At first, I reckon United could bounce back and get an away win because I think their side on paper looks better than Tottenham's right now. But I think Solskjaer. I think Solskjaer could be on his way out though. I wouldn't be surprised if the players don't play for him. It is at Tottenham's ground as well. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Although I can see a home win or an away win for both sides. I don't know, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Both sides, in my opinion, aren't performing like they are at the moment. Although Tottenham, they're right next to each other in the table as well. Tottenham are 6th in the table. Man United is 7th in the table. Yeah, I can see a draw happening tomorrow. I'm gonna stick with 1-1. I did that for Man United Liverpool and I got it completely wrong, for God's sake. I'm gonna go with 1-1 between Tottenham and Man United. Sum up their seasons pretty much so far. Right, Norwich against Leeds. Now, do I think Norwich will get their first win of the season? I don't think they do, but I don't think... Is Rafinha going to play on Sunday? That is the question. If Rafinha, if Rafinha, Phillips and Bamford are all missing against Norwich, then Norwich might have a chance, you know. Firpo's injured as well. See, Leeds have got a lot of injuries. Bamford won't be, according to Leeds Live. Rafinha and Firpo likely to be available, and Phillips should surely be available, but they did play well against Wolves. But Norwich are looking terrible at the moment. That's the only thing. I'm going to go with an away win. To Leeds. I think Norwich are in for a really, really difficult season, and I don't know when the hell they're going to get their first win. I'm going to go with Norwich 1, Leeds 2. Right, 2 games to go. Apart from Burnley, it's the battle of the Claret clubs. It's Aston Villa against West Ham. Aston Villa against West Ham. See, they are on a losing streak at the moment, aren't they, Villa? West Ham have looked impressive, though. But they could be without Martinez because Martinez has flown home to Argentina. They make it 3 wins in a row. That'll be incredible for West Ham. Oh, sugar. So according to Birmingham Live, Martinez flew back to Argentina this week to be by his father's bedside when required an emergency heart operation. Oh, no. That is bad. Really bad. See, Depends on his news on his dad, doesn't it? But I can't see I don't know if I can see West Ham winning on Sunday. If they do, it'd be amazing for them. But I'm going to say for now, a draw. I'm going to say 2-2 to this as well. And that leaves me with Wolves against Everton on Monday night. If Everton continue the form, the displays, they showed against Watford, then I think this could honestly be a home win for Wolves. And Wolves were unlucky not to win against Leeds. If Everton fight back on Monday night, it would be incredible. But I think but Doucouré's injured, though. Injury updates on Doucouré, Gomez, Delph, and Calvert-Lewin. Foot problems set to keep him out for a number of weeks, Doucouré. I'm going to go with a home win. I'm going to go with a home win to Wolves. I am going to say Wolves. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 to Wolves. And there we go. That is my predictions. Can I do better this weekend? I highly doubt myself. I've been awful this start of the season for predictions. But anyway, yeah. That is the end of my video. I think this could be one of my longest videos so far. It's now gone over 3.5 hours. But yeah, thanks for watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Cheerio. Take care.